out next year. Professor Nicola Spurrier says there are two parts to the program.
We're hoping that we'll have the maternal vaccine available from January for mums to start becoming vaccinated, and then the monoclonal antibody as the second part of that hybrid program, that hybrid approach to protect any infant or to be offered to any infant where a mother hadn't been able to be vaccinated.
That will apply to infants up to the age of 8 months old, as well as high-risk children up to the age of 2. Well, the Greens claim major housing reforms must be scrutinised more closely before they can be approved by federal parliament. Labor has been trying to get its Help to Buy scheme through the Senate, but it's being blocked by the minor party and the coalition. The Greens want a 2-month delay before the next vote on the bill to allow time to negotiate with the government. Greens leader Adam Bandt says Labor is trying to force the legislation through.
It just beggars belief that the Prime Minister would rather see this bill fail rather than negotiate an outcome. Renters and mortgage holders are hurting right now. There are people who are hurting right now that can't wait years for Band-Aid solutions.
Disgraced TV host Andrew O'Keefe will remain behind bars after facing court for breach of bail and drug possession. The 52-year-old had his freedom revoked after police allege they found prohibited drugs in a car. He's reported to have suffered an overdose on the weekend. Speaking outside the court, his lawyer wouldn't be drawn on how O'Keefe is doing.
That's all we can say. You heard the magistrate's comments. You've heard the date that it's gone over to.
The case will return to court on October 10. The Commonwealth Bank is trialling an expansion of artificial intelligence. Thousands of local call centre staff could eventually be replaced with a ChatGPT-style platform called Hey CommBank. And a hearing in the US has been told those on board the Titan submersible communicated they were all good just moments before the vessel imploded. The US Coast Guard is investigating the dive to the Titanic wreck last year, which killed 5 people. Former OceanGate employees have testified of a disregard for equipment problems. Now turning to FIVEAA Sport.
For top brand, tailor-fitted men's suits and casual wear, see Ignition for Men, 54 Payneham Road, Stepney.
Port trained today ahead of Friday night's prelim final against Sydney. Lachie Neale only trained briefly for the Lions at an open session in Brisbane. In the AFLW, Ella Bogue and Lauren Young have agreed to contract extensions with the Power. The Adelaide 36ers welcomed their new import, Montrez Harrell, to training today. Adelaide United has signed 25-year-old Ben Falami from the Melbourne Victory to a long-term deal. And emerging fast bowler Marley Beardman will join the Australian squad in England ahead of the one-day series as a standby player. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Meet Norwood and Glenelg players in Rundle Mall Saturday before they battle in the 2024 Grand Final.
At Dry Creek, truck has lost its trailer on the north-south motorway near Globe Derby Drive. That's not good. Torrensville, breakdown on South Road near Webber Street. Glanville, Burstwater Main Causeway Road near Hart Street. And urgent telecommunication works to look out for today at Blair Athol, Main North Road near Manuel Avenue. Camera this afternoon, Greenhill Road at Burnside. Are your tyres electric? Hankook Ion, designed especially for electric cars and SUVs. You could say it's an evolution. Hankook Ion, the official partner of Formula E. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Now the FIVEAA weather.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Sunny this afternoon, sunny tomorrow, 22. Thursday, a shower or two, 17. Friday, showers, also 17. Right now, it's 19 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, our youngest and most vulnerable to be immunised against RSV under a sweeping new health program. The hidden reason airfares are surging. Removing cash worries from this year's Christmas season celebrations, the new schemes that help your budget, and why someone paid more than $2 million for an SA car number plate. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
In Adelaide and across South Australia, this is FIVEAA, always Adelaide. The FIVEAA Sports Show.
Get around the little fella!
Stephen Rowe and Tim Jennifer.
It's a beauty!
Yes, good afternoon. 7 minutes after 4. What a day. It might have started as the coldest September day we've had, but the spring weather is well and truly in the air, as is the finals feeling. Rowey, Timmy G, good afternoon.
Well, you stole my thunder, Sammy. A picture-perfect Adelaide day. It was very Piccadilly this morning.
It was.
Chilly.
I think I heard Will and Dave talk about it this morning, saying 1.3 is the coldest start to an Adelaide day in September since they've
1900s.
Been doing records.
Over 100 years.
Brass monkey weather.
Wow.
It was ka-ching.
That's amazing.
Good for Port's main training session.
Well, it warmed up by
Well, it
then.
warmed up, it did, yeah. And a winnable prelim versus Sydney at the SCG. Timmy, welcome. Are you pumped, excited, confident, quite? How are you?
Well, it's funny. I sort of put the reverse psychology on last week, didn't I? I was
did?
pretty in the no. I got my head
They've
down.
got to prove it to me.
Yeah, all that business.
Yeah.
And I did say I was more confident about beating Sydney than I was Hawthorn here.
I'm with you.
And the reason for that is obviously our record there is good, but it must be the shape of the ground and perhaps it being a bit fatter and wider that suits Port's game. Yep. Because we've never really struggled there in the last sort of 10 years.
Well, you've won your last 8 straight, and the last one was round 21 by 112 points. It's all different now, as you always say, and you know better than any.
You start from scratch.
It's a new season. Records mean nothing. Port on track. We've got some notes. Dixon and Burton both trained and moved well. Charlie was in the A team alongside Esava and Georgiadis. Now, we're going to speak to Esava Ratugolea after 4:30. Looking forward to that. Bergman was managed, which he normally is. Farrell did some agility work. They're convinced on the 3 tools, aren't they?
It seems
so. This is your main training session.
It seems to
Dixon,
be.
Georgiadis, Ratugolea.
Yeah, and they might be looking at Sydney and thinking a similar thing, but I think they're a little bit taller than what Hawthorn were last week in defence. But they might be thinking there's an advantage there in the like. But we'll see what comes out of it. But I didn't mind the 2 talls and the rotation of that.
By
and that could still happen.
By default, Charlie didn't come up. Marshall got injured. They played that game with 2 talls.
Todd will come out regardless.
But I'm just saying, last week it fell into their lap. We're going 4 forwards. We'll end up with 2 talls.
But what they might be able to do is rotate Esava and Charlie. They might still stay with 2, but maybe rotate off the bench. So.
Here's Zach Butters on training intensity.
Yeah, no doubt. Finals footy is a tough game, and I felt like we need to live in that space to be able to perform and ideally get success in that space. So first of all, it comes in the training, and I feel like our training the last week and again today was really good and really primed us to put us in the best position possible to go out there and execute that style of play again. So I feel like during the week you set yourself up with your planning, your vision, and then ultimately going there and training under similar pressure and intensity really helps when it comes around the game day.
Well, we heard the week before the Geelong game it was family and friends, a bit more low-key. Last week was on the red line.
Yeah.
You've got to duplicate that. And that's easy. Just do it. And they're on the good path. Zach said the intensity was way up.
Well, it sounds like they identified that as one of the issues going into the Geelong game. So I'm happy for that, because if you don't bring intensity and pressure, a Swans outfit it will rip you apart at home. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you, and did Jack?
Yes.
Did he believe in your train as you play?
Oh, he was fierce on it.
Fierce on it.
Yeah. And if intensity levels weren't where they should be, you knew about it. You knew about it straight away.
I believe
it was
in
a classic for we don't train long, but we train intense.
Yeah, train as you play. Here's Zach on the Sydney at the SCG.
It's a bit of a different ball game now with finals, and they're in some good form as well. Since that game, they've played some really good footy, and then you see them come back and the way they fought it out against Jeddah. So no doubt we know they're a quality team, and we know we're going to be in for a pretty tough and cracking game of footy on Friday night.
Now, Timmy, just on the Foodland live stream, you can look straight down the barrel and you can look directly at your screen in front of you.
Yep.
How many requests have we got, Rowey? Just play, can you feel it?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, there was one of those in the sales area this afternoon. And he was lucky to get out, I'll tell you.
and what was my comment? I've had the odd left jab to my jaw from you, and I'm a bit old to suck one of them up now.
You said too close.
Too close. No, we're not doing that. It's got to be organic. If I feel it, I feel it.
Yeah, technically.
Once bitten, twice shy for you.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, here's John Longmama.
They certainly played well against us last time, but this week's a new week. We're really looking forward to it. Great to be playing in a home prelim here at the SCG, so everyone's excited.
he doesn't give a lot.
I was just about to say, he's a great understater.
There was no need for me to play that, but that is the horse.
No, but I like that in a way.
Oh,
because
of course you do.
he'd be different in amongst their inner sanctum and on the training track and the like.
Look at his record. Hey, we're hearing some news breaking on Farrell.
Yes.
Sam,
so
over to you.
Josh Money from Channel 7's just put out now that Kane Farrell's failed his remarkable comeback bid. So looking to try and get up for potentially the grand final still if they can make it, but he won't get up for this one.
He was never playing this one. Not this week. I just, when you read that, all the notes on training, as soon as you said agility work, you're not playing.
No.
Main session and you're doing agility work, you're not playing. And
It would be remarkable if he got up. It's very unremarkable that he hasn't. Why is that word remarkable in there? His remarkable recovery.
Just reading
it's not
verbatim.
Miles away from remarkable.
Maybe do some editing.
Yeah, I would. Well, Hosey is remarkable.
That was... Because I think it was 17-week injury back in 14.
Yeah, Nord v Glenelg. Now, some Crows news. Yes. I feel like playing a drum roll or something.
Yeah, because we've had a bit of interest on that.
The only news or anything I've heard since the season end, they've been very quiet, is this.
Yeah.
They're commonly known as crickets.
Yeah, correct. And you would imagine with all the other finals stuff happening that, that it's probably easier to keep under the radar.
Correct. And in fairness to the club, they are working very, very hard. There is going to be change. They've got some appointments. I've got a couple to announce here, and there'll be others as we move through. But I've been told they've left no stone unturned to get the best people in the best roles to assist Matty Nix, and that's great. That's great. And we'll wait and see how they fall. We know all the assistants have re-signed, all of them. I know they're on the massive hunt for a senior assistant, and it would be hard to attract them to the club, I would have thought, and I think they're finding that, but we'll see where that lands. Recruiting and list management will be bolstered. I'll leave it at that. The footy director, we know, Mark, is a work in progress. They'll get somebody to replace him in that line. Today, we just got from Darren Burgess 25. That's his handle. What would this be, Twitter or?
Yeah, it's Twitter.
Twitter. Really excited to welcome Alec Butterfield, Head of Sports Science. Horry Hay, whatever that is, Head of Fitness and Conditioning.
Jared Hoare is his name.
Is it?
Yep.
All right, but his handle's Horry Hay.
Yep.
Jared Hoare, well done. And Rob Jarrett is the other one, is Strength and Conditioning Coach at the Adelaide Footy Club. A great team, great additions to that team. So they're bolstering that. Great.
So, yeah. Are they replacing people at all? Or are they,
yeah, they have.
So they're three replacement
Three replacements.
People? Right. So 3 for 3.
Well, I've definitely heard one was gone.
Okay.
Maybe they're moving on a couple of others, or there might be some new roles. But we'll get Burjo on.
Yeah.
We'll get him on and we'll get him to explain it. 3 new additions to Darren Burgess's, and I'm going to say it, highly rated, high-performance team. And there's one thing to pick them, one thing to develop them. The most important one is to keep them on the park, because if they're on the park and they can train, they can improve.
Correct.
The other big news out of all of that is Isaac Cummins. Cummings.
Yep. With a G.
With a G.
Yep.
Coming.
Yep.
You said Cummings.
Oh, Cummings, sorry.
Coming.
With a G.
He's coming to the Crows.
Oh, is he? Well done.
Isaac Cumming is coming.
Congratulations.
To the Crows. Porter into him, Crows are into him. I'm led to believe that the Crows would be stunned if he doesn't rock up at the Crows. He's what you call an unrestricted free agent. He can pick his club of choice, which is fantastic.
Just done his 8 years?
He has 77 games. He's 188 centimetres, a good size, only kicked 10 goals. He's a wingman that plays back. He's not an attacking type, but he's a very good runner.
Yep.
Played very well in the 2 finals.
North Broken Hill boy.
Yes, he is. So
same club as
Taylor Walker. So that might be the link. So let's just say they can land him. They look like they're going to land Neil Bullen. They've heard pick 25. I'd save that for a ruckman, but let's just say they land Cumming and Neil Bullen. I'm happy with that. Lukosius is still what they're calling a possible, not a probable. So a possible. So work still to be done. Fingers crossed they keep their pick 4. Now, for those that want to know, Crows have pick 4, 25, 42 and 60. And how ironic is it really? They let Shane McAdam go last year to Melbourne. Melbourne gave them a future first.
Pick 25.
Which is pick 25. That could land them. Neil Bullen. I wouldn't use that pick with Neil, but that's just me. I'd like a ruckman to pop up somewhere there. And they keep pick 4. That'd be a really good off-season land.
All those names.
Well, it would be 822 300 00. Still to sign or commit Himmelberg, Parnell, Burgess, Gallant, Hamill. Of all of them, Ned McHenry's the more likely to be rookie listed. He's not on today for TJM, fishing show.
Overseas.
He's on holidays. He's overseas.
Yep, he's learning some different craft overseas on how to fish.
Well, I've seen 3 photos and all of them he's had his top off.
Oh, well, it's warm
Swimming.
over there.
Yeah, and it's balmy.
Yeah, it's beautiful weather.
Can we announce where he is?
No,
Oh.
it's private.
Isn't it on socials?
I don't know.
He posts
Anyway,
the photos
that's the latest with the Crows. They are working hammer and tong, and there will be change. I've been promised that.
Okay.
There will be change.
Excellent.
Okay. The Port fellow who taunted Matt Crouch post-showdown, he's dropped his charges.
Oh, you mean the fellow had his hat knocked off?
So Matty Crouch just flicked his hat off.
Remember it well.
You do that to a policeman, it's assault. Charges have been dropped. I hope there was no settlement in this. I hope the rooster that shot his gob off
I doubt it.
copped what he copped, which was his hat displaced, and he's moved on.
How's the hat? Is the hat all right?
Is that the thing you're most... Anyway. Every caller
Look, I'm glad that's over because, it was a silly incident.
It was a silly incident.
And I'm glad it's over.
What was sillier, that or the Crow bloke that punched the mascot in the nose?
Well, that was a bit dangerous. You've got to be careful. I know he's only a young fella, but...
Did it hurt Timmy? Because I was away when that happened.
We got a blood nose.
You got a blood nose?
The mascot.
Well, I thought you were with him.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
He's just snuck a little gag in there. To be fair, we've never been seen in the room together.
Yeah.
Hang on, because I was obviously away. Yeah. He got a blood nose. Oh, well, that's not good.
No, it wasn't great. No.
Through all that cushioning.
Yeah, well, that particular outfit, all mascot outfits are different. It's flat up against your face.
Oh, no.
So that's why there wasn't much cushioning.
So a Crow supporter punched Tommy Thunder.
It was a minor as well.
Right in the
beak.
Right in the... Oh, Stephen, stop laughing.
Hit the chin with her on.
He would have broke his thumb. Every caller to air goes into the running to be at the grand final. That is flights and accommodation. Try get a flight to Melbourne. It is frighteningly expensive. Yeah. I could have a crack at that, but I'm not going to play the man anymore.
Well played.
I'm very disappointed in our 2 airlines. It's called gouging.
Well, it hurts.
It's called un-Australian.
No doubt about that.
It does. Lines available. Look, we're interactive. Port fans, dare to dream. Crows fans, are you playing or praying for change?
And also give your club a plug. We got one unique homestyle food text here. Said I had a terrific day on Sunday. Port Noarlunga A-grade women's team won the grand final. Congratulations! And she was helping out with the water, and they won fantastically. So congratulations, well done.
Unique homestyle food text. There's a few of these come through. Rowey, have they rung Barmy yet? No. Have we got that? No.
Yeah, that's.
I'm shocked with that.
I was watching him this morning because, of course, last time Port and Glenelg played in the grand final was 1982.
It was too.
So I went back and had a look at that, and wow, what a game. Unreal.
The mighty Redlegs.
Geez, they played well.
They did.
Rick Neagle kicked 6.
Kick 6.
Unreal.
Half-forward flank.
Lovely.
Neagle.
We'll relive some more of those memories as the week goes on as well. Plenty to come tonight. Coach's Corner. Campo's in at 5 o'clock. Esava Ratugolea. Lots to talk about at Port Adelaide land. Jason Gillespie, new Pakistan Test coach. Great to see him landing on his feet, and he's got a big campaign ahead. Izzy Batt-Doyle. She's broken the female City Bay record on the weekend, and Supercars driver Matt Payne. All to come, and every call that goes to air, remember, on the standby list for grand final experience tickets. 8223 0000.
Rowey and Timmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show.
Footy finals are here, and to celebrate, we're giving you a chance to win a Vintech wine cabinet valued at over $4,000, and it's thanks to Rusden Wines.
Make sure you listen to 5AA Sports Show, that's us, Rowey and Timmy G, each night from 4 p.m.
Then all you need to do is guess mine or Timmy's childhood football hero for the day.
Get it right and you'll score yourself a twin pack of Rusden Wine, plus you'll go into the draw to win the Vintech wine cabinet.
It's all thanks to our great mates, that's Rusden Wines. They're in the Barossa Valley, home of the Blackgut Shiraz. Visit rusdenwines.com.au.
Every day, a passionate team works hard to maintain one of the world's most immaculate playing surfaces, Adelaide Oval. And now they're available to you. If you're in charge of an oval, sporting field or community space, you can trust the renowned Adelaide Oval grounds team. Adelaide Oval Turf Solutions brings its expertise to any green space, and they'll work to your budget. From turf curation and construction to maintenance and repair, we'll give you the base for you to build on. Search Adelaide Oval Turf Solutions today.
Salvo's Home Care South Australia provides holistic, personalised care to help older Australians live independently in their own homes. They can help with domestic assistance, nursing and personal care, transport and shopping assistance, social support and more. No entry fee, no exit fee, no basic daily care fee, just genuine care. Call 1300 111 227 to learn how Salvo's Home Care can assist you or your loved ones today.
You know, we talk about the Toolkit Depot a lot, and I like these guys. They're doing the Parafill Plumbing Day, and it's happening this Thursday. Yeah, only 2 sleeps. It's your chance to check out the latest plumbing tools and accessories from all the top trade plumbing brands.
Well, there's Milwaukee, Plum Boss, Husqvarna, Irwin, much more. I love the Toolkit Depot.
Oh, yeah. And on the day, the Toolkit Depot Parafill will also have exclusive plumbing deals along with hands-on product demos, giveaways, and they're firing up the barbie for a beautiful feed. Free feed, that is, while you're there.
Well, here's the thing. Great for plumbers. So if you're a plumber, you'd be mad not to be at the Toolkit Depot. Parafill. You'd be crazy. But if you're a DIYer, what are they called?
Yeah, do it yourself.
Yeah, which is me.
Yeah.
Go get yourself a... Sounds like the perfect plumber's day off, doesn't it? Don't miss it, the Toolkit Depot Plumbing Day all day long this coming Thursday. It's only at the Toolkit Depot Parafield. It's corner of Main North Road and Kesters Road, Parafield. Get there.
Join Gliderol in celebrating the Colorbond Steal the Show promotion. By purchasing a roller door or sectional door made from Colorbond steel from Gliderol, now or within the last 12 months, you could win $100,000. Visit gliderol.com.au today for a free measure and quote. Retail customers only. T's and C's apply. See colorbond.com/steal the show. 18 plus only. Strict purchase and eligibility criteria apply. Ends 30/11/24.
Hey there. Is your car's next service coming up? Book your next service at Mawson Lakes Volkswagen. We're famous for our next day servicing. We do complimentary loan vehicles, free car wash and vacuum, or if it's an express service, you can hang out and enjoy Wi-Fi, coffee and snacks. If you need to stay connected and smash out some work, we have a business centre too. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen. For next day servicing, Salisbury Highway, just a short drive from the city.
At Simplicity Funerals, we have been keeping funerals simple and easy for over 40 years. Visit simplicityfunerals.com.au or call us 24/7 to get started today. Simplicity Funerals. Easy, respectful, simple.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 25 minutes after 4. We're taking your calls, 8223 0000. Esava Ratugolea from Port Adelaide to join us in a few moments' time. And for your chance to win a Vintec wine cabinet, it's valued at over $4,000. It's all thanks to Rusden Wines. Today we are playing Guess Timmy's Childhood Hero, and we have a couple of clues to get through. The first one right here, right now, Timmy.
Correct. Now, the first clue. Let's put a few on a different path.
Okay.
He did not play for the Port Adelaide Football Club. Now, there's a shock.
Hello.
There's a shock horror.
Well, I was, because yesterday mine was Mark Williams. So you're the same.
Yeah. But to be fair, you didn't know
No.
that he didn't.
I didn't.
That's true. You can hop on the Foodland live stream. We're on Facebook and YouTube as well. There's additional clues throughout the show. So if you're listening and watching, you get a little bit of extra help. Let's check your traffic before we get to your calls and your guess for Rossdale Homes, the custom home 2-story and split-level specialists.
At Felixstowe, a crash, Paynham Road near Sunbeam Road. Truck has lost its trailer at Dry Creek, north-south motorway near Globe Derby Drive. Adderburst Watermain at Glanville, Causeway Road near Hart Street. Got speed restrictions in place there. Cameras, Grand Scully Road, Clarendon, and Green Hill Road at Burnside. Don't miss the head-turning new Ford Ranger Black Edition starting from just $57,990 drive away. Recommended price at participating dealers while stocks last. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Well, there was an announcement today from Darren Burgess. He's got a couple of guys that have, well, 3 in actual fact, joining his high-performance team, and they're all, I've just Googled them all, they're all very, very well credentialed. There's a text that's come through. Rowey, his name is Alec Butfield, not Butterfield, you butterhead.
Ah, okay.
Well, I thought I'd Google that. You are correct. Butfield.
Okay.
That was your fault, Sam.
What?
No, I just thought I'd blame you.
Different one.
Hello, Alex Ascot Park.
Oh, g'day, Rowey and Timmy. Thanks for having me on. You were just talking before about the Crows changes. Sounds really promising. A couple of the guys they're going to get in. Do you think there's a bit of a link that Bailey Smith hasn't announced where he wants to go yet because Geelong is still playing? Do you think there's any correlation that Jack Lukosius hasn't announced his intentions because Port season is still alive? Because there's rumours he might be interested in both SA clubs.
Well, he would be, and he'd be mad not to look at both. I'm hopeful but fearful for him to come to the Crows. Alec, that's how I'd put it. Alex?
If you had to weight it between staying at the Gold Coast and going Port and the Crows, where would the percentage lie?
I'd go 60% to stay at Gold Coast now. I'd go 30% to Melbourne, a Melbourne club. That's what I'm hearing very strongly.
So
to play footy
coming in Adelaide.
In the MCG.
So only 10% coming in Adelaide.
I'd give the Crows 3% and Port 7%.
Gee, that is a very interesting breakdown, isn't it? That is bleak for both Adelaide sides. Well,
I think he's more likely to stay or be in Melbourne before he's coming home.
Yeah. All right, I'm writing those percentages down.
But I'd love to be wrong. And I've never been wrong.
Good point. That's a very good point.
Hey, don't look at me and call me Sam McClure, you big scoopy-doo head. Hello, Roger.
How you going, dude?
All right, buddy.
Hello, mate.
So, Kane Farrell's out.
Yep.
So I'm happy with the back line. We played well last week.
Keep it the same?
Keep it the same. So, forward line, I want to ask you gurus. You're so smart. Where's our forward line go? Do we bring Charlie in, or do we bring Lord in, or do we bring another Small in?
Yeah. Roger, I think what they're going to do is I think they'll just go 1 for 1 and Marshall will be out and I think Charlie will come in. I would like, if they do that, I would like them to only play 2 talls at once and keep it reasonably nippy because of the size of the SCG, and I think it works better. I'm going to ask Esava when we talk to him just how he
got him next.
felt it worked. Yeah, when it was just him and Mitch being able to perhaps be the contest players, because he had to do a lot of work, Esava, when that happened. He may enjoy having a chop out with somebody else coming down and him having a 5-minute break. So, yeah, we'll see how that rolls up. But good point, Roger. I think it's going to be important how we do line up, but the main thing, regardless of how we line up, is the pressure and the attack on the ball and the person with the ball. If they can bring that heat that they brought then they're going to be a chance.
Well said, Timmy. 4:30 headlines, Esava coming up next.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon. Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. 2 boys will stand trial on arson charges over last year's multi-million-dollar supermarket fire in the Hills. A free RSV vaccine will be available for eligible South Australian children as part of a new health program to be rolled out next year. Nearly 1,500 Mini Coopers have been recalled over fears they could catch fire while parked or driving. And in sport, Port's Kane Farrell won't return for Friday night's prelim final. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Meet Norwood and Glenelg players in Rundle Mall Saturday before they battle in the 2024 Grand Final.
At Felixstowe, a crash, Paynham Road near Sunbeam Road. Truck has lost its trailer at Dry Creek, north-south motorway near Globe Derby Drive. At a burst watermain at Glanville, Causeway Road near Hart Street. Got speed restrictions in place there. Cameras, Grand Scully Road, Clarendon and Green Hill Road at Burnside. Don't miss the head-turning new Ford Ranger Black Edition starting from just $57,990 drive away. Recommended price at participating dealers while stocks last. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, clear tonight down to 7, sunny tomorrow 21. Right now it's 18 degrees. We'll have more news at 5 and as it happens on 5AA.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings. 5AA Breakfast.
Police Commissioner Grant Stevens is in the 5AA Breakfast studio with us.
Mental health taskings are going through the roof. It's almost doubled, I think, in terms of the number of jobs we're being tasked to that have a mental health component. There's a lot of demand on police. We are still recruiting aggressively. Retirements are up, resignations are up.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
That shortfall, though, how can it not affect frontline policing?
Well, it does affect frontline policing.
It does?
Yeah.
So you're saying you're conceding that it does? You've got fewer police on the beat?
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
When it comes to flooring for your home or investment property, including plantation shutters and blinds, you've got the world at your feet at Floor World. With locations north, east and west, Floor World has serious buying power. Save at Floor World on a huge range of flooring options, including wool and synthetic carpets, engineered timber flooring, laminate, hybrid and vinyl flooring. Whether you're an investor with a rental property or homeowner, speak with the experts at Floor World. Visit floorworld.com.au for a free consult. Plus, mention 5AA for 15% off.
Coming up to the starters blocks now, Georgia, a busy working mum in lane 1. James looks the business in lane 2 and free-spirited couple Casey and Liam in lane 3. Ready to race into Wayville Hyundai for the new 2025 Tucson Hybrid. Take your marks. Set.
Race into Wayville Hyundai and test drive the incredible 2025 Tucson Hybrid in stock now. Change the way you Hyundai at Wayville Hyundai, opposite the showground.
Now, there's so much to discover in Europe, and you've just experienced this, Stephen. From its rich history, diverse cultures and vibrant art to its mouth-watering cuisines, that's true. There is so much that to experience that it'll educate you, excite you and inspire you.
I left it too late to get to Europe. Well,
you left it
Jodie
too late.
went when she was really young through Phil Hoffman. She went on one of those Kentucky
I actually
tours.
think now's the age to do it. I think you appreciate
Correct.
it more.
I
I went
you
when
do.
I was 27.
Oh, okay.
And I'd say I went to France a couple of years ago, and I loved it far more. And I know what to do now.
Perfect age to do it. And the perfect company to do it is with Phil Hoffman Travel. Exploring Europe, it's never been easier. Whether it's a Royal Caribbean fly and cruise package, starting for just $3,999, try and get a flight. I mean, this is amazing.
Get to Sydney for that.
Yeah, you can do well. Grand final week's about $1,700. It's a fly and cruise package starting from just $3,999 per person. It's a 15-day river cruise from $4,995 per person. Phil Hoffman Travel have got the perfect adventure for you, and there's no one better. You'll never get it better.
Yeah, and don't forget the airfares. Return flights from Adelaide to Europe, just $1,480 per person.
That's incredible. Phil Hoffman Travel, I'll say it again, Phil Hoffman Travel, Europe sale. It ends September 25. Contact Phil Hoffman Travel today. Don't muck around, because these things go like, I'm clicking my fingers like that. pht.com.au, get onto it.
As well as tax cuts for all taxpayers, households and eligible small businesses will receive energy bill relief. And soon, people with an existing student loan will pay less overall. Visit supportingaustralians.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Buying your first home? Yep, we know it's daunting. Where do you start? What's your borrowing power? How much deposit do you need? Not to worry. Aussie will take you through it all. We'll get to know your needs, work out what's possible and how to make it happen. Get the ball rolling with your local Aussie broker. Our help's always free and 30 minutes could make all the difference. Visit aussie.com.au to book in a time or find out more. Chat to us at Aussie today. Australian Credit Licence 246786.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
Yeah, they're not the easiest conversations to have in the time, but when you look back, it's sort of what's needed in that moment, and I feel like we handled that as a midfield group that's probably been together now for a few years, that we're probably handling them conversations a bit better and then going out there and performing after. So as a group, we're pretty proud.
24 minutes to 5. Scotty Camporeale joining us after 5 o'clock in the studio. Zach Butters, you just heard there. Big week for the Port Adelaide Football Club.
It certainly is. They're going over to Sydney for a prelim. Should be a sensational game. We've got what I'm calling the new power forward on the line. Esava Ratugolea joins us. G'day, Esava.
G'day, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. Now, are you enjoying your new role up forward?
I am at the moment. It's definitely a different look. I've played forward a bit in the past, But no, I am enjoying it at the moment, and it's something that I can bring to the team, and it's nice when you're winning games.
Hey, I noticed that I looked at your heat map, and it looks like you're playing high up, so when they're coming out, rebounding out of 50, you're the one that has to come up and make that contest. And do you like that?
Yeah, I do. It gets me in the game a lot. And also, I back my strengths in those down-the-line contests as well. You know, I can when I can get a good jump at it, I'll make a good impact. So that's what they want me doing for the team at the moment. I am enjoying it.
A great response, a team response, Esava. I thought it was led by the leaders. They needed to, and they stood up. That first quarter, they were cracking in. I speak of Zach Butters predominantly, and your skipper Connor Rowey, but it was everyone just played their role and ripped in. The build up to that week, just walk us through that. It must have been totally different to the week before for that response.
Yeah, we were obviously disappointed with the game that we had against the Cats, and there were a number of things that we wanted to fix. And early in the week there were probably a few tough chats that we had to have, and certain players that we had to keep on the belt. So we had a good prep during the week. The boys were really excited for the opportunity, and we pretty much went out there like we had nothing to lose. Really, we sorted the things out that we needed to fix. And the boys are ready to go. And, those players that you named were outstanding again, as they usually are. And I'm looking forward to what they'll bring this weekend again. And the boys are really ready to go for this weekend, and we're all excited.
Well, just took away their time and space. I loved your frontal pressure and just the method, just one chase one. It was as good as I've seen, to be honest. The coaches seem set on 3 tall forwards. Now, I know they selected 4 on the weekend. I think they always knew Charlie wasn't going to get up. We see that Charlie trained in the A's, if you like, or the probables this week or tonight or today. Talk us through that. Is that the model? Is that what your forward coaches have been saying? They want the 3 tools down there, Esava?
Yeah, it's probably something that we're definitely going to keep, I think. It's definitely a good look for us. Especially if Charlie can't chip in the ruck, I'm there to help out Jordan Sweet in the ruck as well. So, the biggest thing for us is creating contests and marking the ball, and I think we can work well in doing that. And the biggest thing is us getting separation from each other and making sure we're not jumping into each other and things like that. But definitely going forward, it's a strength of ours. Again, I guess it'll be the same again this week.
Yeah, I noticed last week when obviously Charlie didn't come up for the game, Todd went off pretty early. So yourself and Mitch had to sort of, do all that.
Did the heavy lifting.
You had a lot of little fellas working around you. I thought they worked extra hard as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's great that a lot of our players, especially ahead of the ball, can do a lot and can do plenty. So it was obviously a challenge when Todd went off, but Mitch is really good in leading the forward line in that aspect. I'm someone that doesn't 100% know the setups and can sometimes get lost out there as well. So Mitch was really good in leading that. Willie Rioli as well, who spends a lot of time there. So that was probably the biggest thing with Todd being out for the rest of the game. But we're working really well, and those small forwards are really important for us, and Willie was on the weekend.
What experience have you had playing at the SCG, and what would you say, why is it different to all the other grounds and the way you play it?
Mate, honestly, I've played at the SCG a few times, and it's obviously going to be tough going over there to Sydney against Sydney. It's going to be a packed stadium, and everyone won't back us in against Sydney. So, nothing changes for us again. Like we've prepared again, like it's another game. Again, we're going to stick to our strength. Nothing's going to really change in that aspect. And we just got to bring our contest work that we brought last week and the energy that the boys brought. They've obviously a really talented side with a lot of reliable players for them. So we just got to watch out for those.
Are the players going to chip in for your coach's $20,000 fine, Esava?
Not that I know of. I think Ken sort of joked about that a little bit, but no, not that I know of, mate.
Okay. Were you in earshot? Did you laugh when you heard it?
When I heard about the fine?
No. When you heard out on the field, Ken going, you're not flying anywhere, and did the big motorbike.
Mate, honestly, it's the heat of the game, mate. All the competitive boosters are flowing, and whatever comes out. But we've moved on pretty quick from that, mate, and all our focus is on this week, really. And we obviously got the fine from the AFL, but we didn't really speak about it, mate. We've moved on from that.
Take us into the rooms, which is the best time as a group after the siren. Just paint us a picture of how ecstatic you were to have come back and played like you did as a team.
Yeah, it was an amazing effort by the boys. It was a good celebration. It was a sigh of relief. Also, we were just so proud of ourselves and proud of each other, of the effort that we put in the last quarter, throughout the whole game, really. We worked on a lot of things during the week, and it came out on game day. So that was
well done.
It was definitely exciting, and we spoke after the game where just got to let ourselves enjoy this moment, and enjoy the win that we just had, but also the job's not done yet. We've still got another important couple of games ahead of us, so just making sure that we celebrated each other and got around each other after the game. That was probably the main thing.
Well done.
Well, it is a prelim final. These opportunities to get into grand finals don't come around every day, so let's take advantage of it. Yourself too, mate. All the best. This is a big moment for you and your footy career, and let's hope you get the job done in Sydney and we see you at the MCG. Good luck.
I appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
That's Esava Ratugolea, of course, playing, as I said, the power forward for Port Adelaide at the moment, and I don't mind it.
He's been a great acquisition.
Yeah,
he's another one of those players. He will never let you down.
Gave him the flexibility, I think.
Oh, my word.
And that's what's happened. And as you mentioned, he had to go in, chip in ruck as well, which he's very competitive in that field.
It looks like it'll be Dixon, Esava and Georgiades.
Yeah, and the way they rotate that can still work.
Okay.
We are giving you the chance to win a Vintec wine cabinet valued at over $4,000 thanks to Rusden Wines. Guess Timmy's childhood hero. First clue was?
It was he did not play for the Port Adelaide Football Club.
Now, we need a second one, Timmy.
Oh, you want it now?
Yeah, come on.
Please.
Oh, okay. All right. He played over 200 games in the SNFL.
All right. 8223.
That narrows it down.
00.
To all 200 games.
55. And you can jump on the Foodland live stream if you want to check out an additional clue. So call in, first caller in gets a chance to guess. Let's check your roads.
Afternoon at Felixstowe, a crash, Paynham Road near Sunbeam Road. Dry Creek, truck has lost its trailer, North-South Motorway near Globe Derby Drive, speeds at 40. And at Glanville today, Burst Watermain, Causeway Road near Hart Street. Busy at Elizabeth Vale for works, John Rice Avenue near Haydown Road, and slow for works at South Plimpton, Cross Road near Narrowing Road. Cameras Main Road, McLaren Vale, and Port Road at Aldinga. Transformers 1, starring Chris Hemsworth, is the animated adventure movie for the whole family. Assemble the kids at these September school holidays and book tickets now. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
The National Disability Insurance Scheme does more than support individuals with disabilities. It paves the way for extraordinary people to thrive. 5AA is helping you navigate the NDIS by highlighting great NDIS companies that are making a difference, like Respirico Healthcare, who are dedicated to making the world a more accessible place for people living with disabilities. Keep listening for more great NDIS businesses here on Adelaide's 5AA.
Thank you, South Australia. The Hospital Research Foundation Home Lottery has sold out early again. You can be proud that you're having a life-changing impact right now on the health of all South Australians. Someone's about to win the $3.9 million Scott Salisbury Grand Prize. Didn't get your ticket? Become a member today and never miss out again. homelottery.com.au. Licence in 14585.
When the mornings start getting warmer, and the sun rises a little bit earlier. The dream you let lie dormant over winter wakes. It's time to start with Olympic Industries Spring Sale. Huge savings on locally engineered verandas, carports, garages, tool sheds and more. Start building your dream now. And one day you'll look back at where it all started. In your own backyard. With Olympic Industries Spring Sale. On now.
Well, talking about backyards, TJM equipped, you need to be. TJM equipped if you want to see our beautiful country.
Absolutely. South Australia, I'm telling you, it is magnificent. Get your four-wheel drives organised. Get them out there. This is a beautiful time of year to get out there, spring. It'll be awesome, but don't go out there without being TJM equipped, and when you get out there, there'll be no turning back.
Yeah, now, Italo, tune in. If you're there, ring me.
Is he back?
Yeah, he's back.
Good.
He's back. TJM, for over 12 years, they've been, well, the leaders, turning the wheels in SA for TJM for four-wheel drivers. There's no better. Suspension, snorkels, camping gear, roof racks, bull bars, driving lights. I can go on and on and on. Yeah. You go in there and it's like Christmas. I'll have one of those. Oh, jeez.
Four-wheel drive heaven.
Yeah, I'll have one of them.
Yeah,
you don't even want it, but I'll have one of them.
And you get confidence when you go there. That's the thing. You get the confidence and you make sure that your four-wheel drive is TJM equipped. You can visit them. TJM at Nailsworth and the new store at Ranella. Absolutely brilliant. Get into TJM now.
Hello. Frank Walker from National Tiles. National Tiles now makes choosing tiles for your new home or renovation absolutely mistake-proof. Yes, National Tiles 3D photo quality design pro software shows you your tiles laid virtually in your home before you purchase. So don't risk it. Make an appointment or just come into National Tiles now to see your tiles laid virtually in your home before you purchase. National Tiles makes choosing your tiles for your home absolutely mistake-proof.
Simplicity Funerals make funeral planning the way it should be. Simple. With our easy and straightforward packages, it has never been simpler to organise a respectful funeral. Visit simplicityfunerals.com.au or call us 24/7 to get started today.
You loved live music growing up. It was sweaty and loud. You loved your job. It was hard but rewarding. And now you love being able to slow down and spend time with family. Can you hear the ones you love? If you're over 26, you can book a free hearing check at Audica. Call 1300 460 460 or visit audica.com.au. Love your ears at Audica.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 11 to 5. Campo's going to join us in Coach's Corner very shortly after 5 o'clock. Izzy Gillespie, the new Pakistan Test coach, is going to join us on the show as well. And every caller that goes to air is on the standby list for grand final tickets. AFL authorised GF promotion, GF AFL 24/150. But all thanks to Rusden Wines, we're trying to guess Timmy's childhood hero.
That's correct. The Vintec wine cabinet valued at $4,000 plus all the Rusden wines in it. Stephen, you're going to be excited. I had, Craig from Rusden's.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, popped over to my house today.
Oh, with a delivery?
With a little delivery, yeah.
Sand scrub?
Yeah.
Black guts?
Yeah.
Boundaries?
No, boundaries, yeah.
What about
couple
Uncle
of Ripper
Willie's?
Creeks.
Couple of Ripper Creeks?
A couple of Malbecs, the Good Shepherd.
Stop it. What about the Uncle Willie's port?
I haven't got a port yet.
Big Willie's?
No, I've got to do something about that.
Oh, I smashed one of them.
Well, for that opportunity, we're going to speak with Craig Blackwood. G'day, Craig.
Hello, Craig.
Hello, boys. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. This particular legend did not play for Port Adelaide, and he did play over 200 games in the SNFL. Do you have a guess?
I've got a guy called Keith Coleman, but I'm not sure on the games.
Yeah, Keithy, big Keithy, West Adelaide and Glenelg. Number 33. Yep. I did like him, though. You didn't have to put that buzzer in there. Jeez, I love Keith. Sorry, Craig. That's not the right answer today. Today, anyway. Thanks, mate.
230 games for Keith?
Yeah, there you go. I knew he's well over 200, yeah. But what a player.
Hello, Owen.
G'day, boys. How you going?
Gee, our first Owen for the year. Owen 1, Owen 2, Owen 3.
You wouldn't get that much, Owen, would you?
Nah, not at all.
What do you got for us, buddy?
Swanee supporter here, mate. And like most Swan supporters, I've put the game a few weeks ago behind me. But I don't think anybody sort of really paid attention to who the Swans had out that game. Rowbottom was out, Hapley was out, Rampy was out, and they're all back this week, and McInerney. I think that really sort of boosts Sydney in the balance and spread and pressure that they'll apply.
Yeah, I think Owen also, nearly every club had one of those blowout games during the year.
Hey, guess what, Owen? You're 0-8 against Port in the last 8.
Oh, he's just going to keep these games going. Owen.
I think you dropped 0-8. Owen.
Oh, he's there.
We'll beat him.
Okay. Here's the other thing. You wouldn't have beaten GWS without number 5.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
What a game.
We hadn't beaten GWS in a final until last week either.
That's right.
So that's for there to be broken.
Anyway, are you going, Owen?
I'd love to, but unfortunately just the price of everything.
Oh, God, can you believe that?
For the week after.
Yeah, it's wicked, isn't it?
The flights.
It is wicked.
To Sydney, it's wicked. Well done, Owen. All the best, mate.
A bit out of reach, isn't it? All right, let's go to Dublin now. I'd imagine this isn't Dublin in Ireland, but the Dublin just up here north. Is it, Shane?
Yes. How are you, fellas?
Good, buddy. Good.
I reckon you said that last time I rang up, didn't
Well, I do like. You know why? We used to.
He needs new material.
This is a long time ago, Shane, but we used to go to the Dublin pub when we used to go crabbing up there.
Yes.
Yeah, that was good fun.
I moved here in August last year.
Yeah, right.
And they shut the pub in August last year.
Oh, wow, that's sad.
But it'll be open again next month, apparently.
Oh, that's good news. Now we're back again. You just took me through a roller coaster then, Shane.
Talking about blue swimmer crabs, I've been sideways in that Dublin pub.
That's a good one.
Number of times.
Classic.
There you go, Shane.
First thing, Timmy, your favourite player would have been Graham Corns, wouldn't it?
Not tonight.
I reckon he was Macca's.
Not tonight.
Rowey, when you're talking about we need to recruit a ruckman, I've been sitting on Google trying to find out a young player from Sturt just got delisted from an AFL club. I think he's about 206, 210 centimetres.
Wow.
25-year-old.
What's his name?
I can't find it on Google. I've just been sitting here for the last thing, but...
Well, see, I reckon if Crows had picked 25...
Do you know what club he was at, Shane, or not?
He played for Sturt and got drafted over to the AFL, but... I saw it the other day on all the delistings coming across on Facebook.
I'd like to see them with around pick 25, because it'll generally fall this way if you have a look at the previous drafts. You know, they go key forward, key back, but all midfielders, and then the best ruckman lands somewhere around there. I'd like that to be Adelaide with that 25. I think they need another ruckman that can develop on that list if they can't go and get someone of note.
They do, but with this bloke here being a delisting, we should be able to pick him up for free, shouldn't we?
Correct. Well, you would. You would. We'll leave that with us, Shane. We'll try and find out his name. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, they recruited him from Sturt.
Okay, thanks, mate. Doesn't ring a bell.
Yep.
Hello, Daniel.
Really quickly, what's wrong with Harry Grant for a ruckman position? But
Harry Boyd. Harry Boyd.
Harry Boyd, yeah. First thing, Rowey, congratulations on getting the Jack Lukosius 100% mathematics right. I thought you were fantastic with that.
Everyone's a comedian.
I was impressed as well, Daniel, let me tell you.
Second to that, I just want to know where Ivan Soldo's at. If you need a forward ruckman, he did that in the Richmond Premiership years. So where's Ivan Soldo at with regards to Port?
Yeah, I think he's got a contract, so there's
Wasn't there some talk he wanted to go home?
There was some talk that
his partner wanted
to go elsewhere. I thought it was the Gold Coast was the rumour, but so Ivan, unfortunately, he was rucking number one, and then he got his knee injury, then he came back and got hurt again, so he didn't really get a great head of steam up, and of course Jordan Sweet has had that run, and he's just got better and better.
Told you he was a good ruckman.
Well, I knew he had a bit of a lion heart, and he certainly produced that.
How's that run down from behind tackle? Was that on Chol?
It was. And that's the sort of thing that you go, that 1% stuff is just outstanding. He loves playing. So, but Ivan Soldo, you're right, Daniel. He's a very good player. I wouldn't want Port to lose him, but he plays the forward ruckcraft very well.
He does.
Keep calls coming in, because everyone that goes to air is on the standby list for AFL Grand Final tickets, flights and accommodation. Fantastic prize. Campo's going to join us after the 5 o'clock news.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Want to contribute to medical research? CMAX needs your help to bring hope to those facing Duchenne muscular dystrophy. CMAX is seeking healthy volunteers aged 18 to 65 to participate in a new clinical trial involving a potential treatment for genetic muscular diseases. The study involves spending 3 nights at CMAX and attending 1 follow-up visit. Upon completion, you'll be paid for your time. Together, let's make a difference. Apply now at cmax.com.au.
The Toolkit Depot Parafield Plumbing Day is happening this Thursday. Check out the latest plumbing tools and accessories from all the top trade plumbing brands, including Milwaukee, Rigid, Plumboss, Husqvarna, Irwin and many more. We'll have exclusive plumbing deals all day, hands-on product demos, giveaways, and we're firing up the barbie for a free feed. Don't miss the Toolkit Depot Plumbing Day this Thursday only at Toolkit Depot Parafield, corner of Main North Road and Kesters Road, Parafield.
Now, you're probably sitting at home thinking, we should get solar, love. What do you reckon? Yeah, we could do that. Now, let's do our research. Yeah, we're going to save money. Yeah, energy bills. Yeah, I get that. But what about the people who own and run the solar company that you're buying from? Do you know anything about them?
Well, they're great. Their name is Exceed Solar. So long before Exceed Solar were a company, they're climbing up and down roofs in SA, installing solar panels, inverters and batteries. They know everything about it.
Correct. And this is because they've seen it all, because they've done it all. And they're qualified electricians, not salespeople. They know firsthand what it takes to get you the best possible results.
Now, every business wants to have a point of difference. Theirs is the knowledge.
Yep.
Now, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
You just know.
And you're not going to get some slick,
No.
salesperson putting their foot in the door and saying, hey, have you got solar? That's not happening. Not with these guys. Get in touch with Exceed Solar. You'll love the experience. Exceed Solar, built on knowledge, not a hard sell. exceedsolar.com.au.
2 to 5, the last caller said a ruckman. He wasn't talking about Sam Day, was he?
Oh, that was Gold Coast, yeah.
Well, he was a ruckman.
Has he been delisted?
And he's been delisted.
Ah, could be Sam Day. That's who he's talking about. Yeah, well played.
I'm a no.
Okay.
Your baby or toddler loves interacting with you. And with up to 85% of brain development occurring during the first 3 years, talking, playing, reading and singing are the best ways to help grow their minds. For more information, visit wordsgrowminds.org.au.
Hi, it's Jane Riley. Fashion is a passion for me, but keeping up with trends that last 5 minutes is exhausting. If you prefer classic styles that never go out of date, go where I go, Sydney Street. For 35 years, this iconic SA fashion store has helped mums and daughters find their timeless style, and with over 60 quality brands on their racks, finding your fit is effortless. See the new stock at Sydney Street on Unley Road. Shop online at sydneystreet.com.au.
The Mitsubishi Good To Go Spring Sale is on now, with 3 years free servicing for Eclipse Cross and Outlander petrol models, as well as new Pajero Sport. Plus, get up to $2,000 in bonus cash cards on select vehicles. And you're good to go for a whole decade with Mitsubishi's 10-year warranty and 10 years cap price servicing. Better get going. Offer ends September 30. T's and C's apply. Visit the Mitsubishi Motors website for details.
The latest local, national and international news for South Australia. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Clear tonight, down to 7, sunny tomorrow, 21. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
The Excelsior Hotel has always felt like home, with meals from just $12. Gotta love the Excelsior Hotel.
2 teenagers accused of starting a multi-million-dollar fire at a Stirling shopping centre last year will fight the charges. The 2 boys from Bridgewater and Heathfield will go to trial in December. The blaze destroyed the Stirling Woolworths and damaged surrounding stores. Drivers using their mobiles behind the wheel are on notice. From Thursday, fines will be handed out to those caught by one of 5 fixed mobile phone detection cameras around Adelaide. Police Commissioner Grant Stevens says some people just aren't getting the message.
I think we will see thousands of people being detected on the first couple of days. We've known for a long time that pinching people for mobile phones is like shooting fish in a barrel. It's almost impossible to pull up at a set of traffic lights and not see someone looking down at their phone.
A war of words has broken out between the government and the Greens over housing reforms which are currently stuck in the Senate. Labor is trying to get its Help to Buy scheme through federal parliament, but it's being blocked by the minor party. The Prime Minister is accusing the Greens of being immature about the issue. But Greens housing spokesman Max Chandler-Mather says the government has made no effort to negotiate.
It's clear now that the Prime Minister is more interested in having a fight with the Greens and hurling around personal insults. But the only losers out of the government's refusal to negotiate will be the millions of renters that need a rent cap, the hundreds of thousands of people that need a public home.
Households and businesses are expected to save millions of dollars a year under a free trade deal with the United Arab Emirates. The agreement will be formally signed in the coming weeks. It'll remove Australian tariffs on goods from the UAE, including household items and building supplies. Trade Minister Don Farrell says our exporters will also receive a financial boost.
The deal complements our strategic relationship with the United Arab Emirates, and it's the gateway for Australian exporters to diversify into the Middle East with a potential market of 58 million people.
The US Coast Guard has begun its investigation into the implosion of a submersible while exploring the wreck of the Titanic. 5 people died when the sub imploded in June last year. Chair of the Marine Board, Jason Neubauer, outlining the terms of reference.
The Marine Board's investigation will determine as closely as possible the factors that contributed to the incident, whether there is evidence that any act of misconduct, inattention to duty, negligence, or willful violation of the law on the part of any licensed and credentialed person contributed to this casualty.
Former employees of OceanGate have spoken of equipment problems which weren't properly addressed. The Commonwealth Bank is trialling an expansion of AI. Thousands of local call centre staff could eventually be replaced with a ChatGPT-style platform called Hey CommBank. Swinburne University's Dr. Dimitrios Salampis says the change could see fraudulent activity detected more quickly.
AI is all around collecting data, providing insights, having a triangulation of different data sources. So that, on the one hand, creates opportunities for minimization of fraud, potential supporting people against scams.
Now turning to FIVEAA Sport.
For top brand, tailor-fitted men's suits and casual wear, see Ignition for Men, 54 Payneham Road, Stepney.
Port's Kane Farrell won't return for Friday night's prelim final. The Power face the Swans at the SCG. Esava Ratugolea has told Rowey and Timmy G they're focused on the job at hand.
We've prepared again like it's another game. Again, we're going to stick to our strength. Nothing's going to really change in that aspect. And we just got to bring our contest work that we brought last week and the energy that the boys brought. But yeah, they've obviously a really talented side with a lot of reliable players for them. So we just got to watch out for those.
The Swans are preparing to face their bogey team. Port has won the past encounters dating back to 2016. One of Sydney's weapons at the SCG will be ruckman Brodie Grundy, who says he's relishing his move north from Melbourne.
The evidence would say that I've fitted in hand and glove. I've been able to play some pretty good footy this year, and I'm really enjoying myself and feeling like I'm being the best version of myself.
And the 36ers have set a new record membership number ahead of the NBL season. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Meet Norwood and Glenelg players in Rundle Mall Saturday before they battle in the 2024 Grand Final.
At Felixstowe, a crash, Payneham Road near Sunbeam Road. Dry Creek, truck has lost its trailer north-south motorway near Globe Derby Drive. Glanville, Burst Waterway and Causeway Road near Hart Street. Got some urgent telecommunication works at the moment. It's at Blair Athol, Main North Road near Manuel Avenue, speeds at 40. Coming to this afternoon, Hallett Road at Stonyfell. Glenelg BMW, Adelaide's independent family-owned BMW dealership, situated at 141 Brighton Road, Glenelg South. Experience excellence at Glenelg BMW. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Now the FIVEAA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Clear tonight down to 7, sunny tomorrow 21, Thursday a shower or two 16, Friday showers also 16. Right now it's 18 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, our youngest and most vulnerable to be immunised against RSV under a sweeping new health program. The hidden reason airfares are surging. Removing cash worries from this year's Christmas season celebrations, the new schemes that help your budget, and why someone paid more than $2 million for an SA car number plate. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 Now.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
6 minutes after 5, still to come on the show on this Tuesday afternoon. Izzy Gillespie, the new Pakistan Test coach, massive campaign ahead of him, so we wish him luck. He'll join us at 5:45. Izzy Batt-Doyle, she broke the female City Bay record on Sunday. And Supercars driver Matt Payne in studio. And of course, time for your calls, 8223 0000. Every caller that goes to air is on the standby list for AFL Grand Final tickets, flights and accommodation. But we love Tuesdays, mainly for the unique homestyle food donuts, but of course also for...
On the 5AA Sports Show, this is Coach's Corner with Scott Camporeale. Thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods, proudly baking for hundreds of South Australian businesses for 35 years. Greatness in the making.
Campo, welcome.
Thanks, mate. Good to see you.
September, don't we love it?
How good is it?
Oh, God. And the finals have been unbelievable.
Yeah, they have. They've been great games.
Hot
All
up.
of them.
Yeah.
I was going through some of the numbers today, and it's like you couldn't, like, teams that you don't think we're going to win, and how they win was different to how they've won during the year. It's been an interesting couple of weeks, to be honest.
So when they say finals are different,
they are.
They are literally different by the numbers.
Oh, yeah. I had a good look at the Hawks Port game in particular, and then looking into the Sydney game. But all the things that we were worried about with Port through the whole year, they got it right.
Yeah.
You know, and I was pleasantly surprised. I love the way they played.
Yeah.
It was how I think the game should be played and how they should play the game.
Yeah.
They've got the personnel to do it. I still think that, you know, they do miss Houston. There's no doubt about that. That kick-off halfback helps them in that turnover game. But they got that part right. I was really worried that if Hawthorn got control around stoppage again like Geelong did the week before, that they were going to find it really difficult. But watching it live, I love the way that they defended the ground. They just didn't give them any space at all.
Took down their time and space. Their frontal pressure was good. For those poor people that are listening, just describe the right way, how you wanted them to play. Like, describe that for us.
Well, number one, around the clearance battle, they got control of that, and I thought Sweet was instrumental. They didn't probably get reward for how many hit-outs he got, but doesn't matter. You get some ascendancy, you know that your ruckman's getting his hand on the ball, and that's half the battle, particularly with that group who I think, you know, they can get on the move a little bit. You see Horn Francis rip through, and he just causes chaos, you know, when he comes through there. And then you got the balance of Rosie and Butters and Drew and Wines.
So much better.
He's been under the radar, Ollie. I think he's been really important the last couple of weeks in terms of how they go about it, and he's just got a nice balance of how he goes about it. But the other thing too was they were frenetic with their pressure, and I was interested because they've been number 2 all year. We've spoken about that. That's probably helped, you know, throughout the year. So I sort of delved in a little bit deeper into it. So they were at 195. So normally the average is about 180 for an AFL game for a win. So they were at 195.
Because didn't you say the week before they were like low
178?
Yeah.
So this is pressure act.
This is the pressure. Right?
Pressure gauge that you see it on 7.
And you see it on the TV. But and it's made up, there's 3 things. So there's physical, there's closing, and then there's implied. So you can get a bit of a, I guess, a bit of a picture in your head of what it looks like. So the 2 that were up, and I looked at what they did against Geelong in particular, because they had no pressure the week before, or not as much pressure. And the 2 that stood out, which didn't surprise, I was looking at them going, yeah, that's fair enough. Physical and closing. They were ramped up to the hill. Probably their best numbers
So
for the year.
describe what physical and closing
So
is.
physical is like they're like right in their grill. So
Right
in terms
up.
of, so as soon as they got the ball,
Bang.
they were on them. And then the closing one was, and I thought they did it better. There was probably only one where I reckon Zerk Thatcher pressed when he shouldn't have pressed, when they kicked that goal when Ginnivan got the one over the back. Normally we see that a little bit more, but I reckon because they played a little bit more one-on-one, they didn't have to press as much. And so their closing speed on, and they didn't allow Hawthorn to uncontested marks. They only had about 67 for the game. So they really shut that down. So their closing was really good. Now the implied one, that can sort of be hit or miss, you know, in terms of that. But the physical one and the ferocity that they played the game at, you could see across the board was outstanding.
I love their method, the one chase one. Like, you can get caught up with 3 of you chasing Timmy Ginnivan, and it can happen with really good players, but you just, they got their method around that contest.
Well, it was
Brilliant.
great. Well, because sitting there live, I was sitting there with my boys watching it, and it was an old school one-on-one game.
It was.
Like everywhere, there was no space in between me and my direct opponent, and so that shut it down. And then their good kickers out of half-back ended up having to play it skinny, get forced down the line, and then Port, who haven't been great at contested possession all year, went to work at ground level and in the air.
One ground ball.
So you reckon they learnt from the week before? When
Absolutely.
It just didn't work for us. And these guys play similar.
Yep.
We can't afford to do that anymore, so let's revert it. And
Once bitten, twice shy.
Yeah. And I remember you saying they can really stretch you and make the ground big, I think you called it.
Yeah, they make it big, because you would have called it, Timmy. You could see they had either Ginnivan back or they had Chol. They always had that sort of anchor, we call it.
Yep.
So they had a deeper one where they can kick it to the ground and you don't necessarily have to mark it. And then the speedsters get back and win it. But they were very diligent into it. And
the job the defenders did on them as well, beat them in the one-on-one.
Outstanding. I love Zerk Thatcher's game. I thought he was instrumental. I thought he was below par the week before. He dropped a couple of marks, but I thought he was great.
Yep.
I thought Jace Burgoyne was outstanding all night. I mean, for a young player to go back, he played wing all year, but it's in his DNA. He's been back there. Well, it's in his DNA, and he's played there, so he understood it. But I thought even for a slight, he was physical as well.
Which was great.
He grew. I love Logan Evans in terms of what he's been able to do. He just kicks the ball beautifully out of there.
I said last night, we're interviewing Tyson Goldsack, I said, has he had a second football life? Like, was he a 300 gamer beforehand? Because that's the way he plays and behaves, isn't it?
Just makes good decisions at the right time.
They're
Hard
good
to teach that.
We want to get on to Sydney because I want to see the numbers with that. But before that, just a quick comment on Ken Hinkley's $20,000 fine.
It's ridiculous. It really is. Look, when I saw it, because I got in the car, drove home, and I didn't see the actual, because we jumped in the car and we beat the traffic, so I didn't. But when I got home and then I was watching it, my initial thing was like, why? Why would you do it? Like, as a coach, if I'm put myself in that position.
Yep.
He could have done it way better, and I was thinking, how would I have done it? Well, I would have gone into the press conference, right? I would have let it go because, he didn't need to do it. But the first question would have been, well, I'd just like to thank Jack, because we put it out, he showed disrespect in terms of not giving us any opportunity, and we used it to win this game of footy. And I reckon that would have then been enough to send a message and not, I guess, make him look like a little bit silly at the end of the day. And I know he took responsibility, but $20,000, please.
Please.
God.
So of your coaches, Pagan would have done it? Parkin would have done it?
I'm trying to remember, because, I saw Kane did a, thing with Clarko, and he did Sheeds, and I remember those ones. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. Dennis used to rip us. I'm not sure he used to.
Put too much time into you.
Yeah, I'm not sure he worried too much about the opposition, but he certainly gave us a couple of dressing downs over the journey.
I think you've nailed it, both of you. You're right, because you are more statesman-like leaders. I'm not. I would have gone hard. Anyway, let's talk about Sydney. Give us the numbers. How did Port beat them? What are their strengths? Tear them apart for us.
On their own deck. I've been asking Tyson Goldsack last night, Esava tonight, just about playing the SCG, because it's got to be different.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's round. It's more of a obviously it's a cricket field, so from goal to goal it's shorter, and from centre bounce it's not that deep either. So whenever we played there, centre bounce is critical in terms of being able to win, and that's in favour of Port. Port are really good second or third in terms of the comp centre bounce. I think that's a real advantage for them, because if they can get it inside their forward 50, what you don't want to get at the SCG is pinned in your back half, because there's just no space. And as soon as you go wide, it's 2 kicks to then get back into the corridor, or 3 kicks out of your back half wide to then get it back in your 50. Now, when you're playing against a team like Sydney who play it really well, they just starve you and you just get forced wide. So centre bounce and clearance is going to be critical, which I think Port Adelaide in favour of that in terms of what they've been able to do throughout the year, and they've got the personnel to do it. And I've wrote down a couple of matchups. The Sweet Grundy matchup is going to be pivotal in terms of how this goes.
And Sweet probably won that in that massacre. Well, they won everything in that massacre.
Yeah, they did. I had a good.
Probably not a good guide, that one.
No, but and the other thing too is. You're right.
Poor Rowey.
Jeez, I might have to hang around.
Just surviving.
Poor old Campo, he's had the sub vest on that many times for this show, hasn't he? You keep talking to me, mate.
No, it's all right. I was making sure he was okay. I didn't want him to keel over there.
Well, it wasn't on air. I turned my mic off.
He was very professional about it.
But the other thing too is what's the similar way that they beat Hawthorn, I think marries up really similar to how they're going to beat Sydney. If they can keep that pressure on Sydney, the teams that have got hold of Sydney throughout the year when they had that little bit of a... So I had a bit of a look at that.
That bit of a slump.
Port by 112 points.
So most of them, they got 4 skinny. Okay, they limited their uncontested marks, so we saw that they were able to do that. Their contest work dropped away Sydney, and I think Port now understand how important that is in a final. Not that I don't think they didn't understand, but maybe they didn't quite get it right. And their pressure, if they can be frenetic again, and I think they go in slight favourites, to be honest. Yeah, I think they can get it done. My only concern is...
Whose best is better?
I think Sydney's best is better.
I generally come back to that.
Yeah, I think Sydney's, what we've seen over a body of work, they've beaten some high-quality teams, and I think they probably bat a little bit deeper in terms of just raw talent if you went for like.
Yeah. Heaney won it off his own boot.
They turned the game.
Hello, Drew. Hello.
Well, it's going to be... Well, it's an interesting one.
Hello.
Well, do you know who Drew went after last time when they smacked him out here?
Warner.
Yeah, so they've got an interesting one because we called the game tuggers when you were away, Rowey, and Gordon tore Adelaide a new one. So there's one of 3 there.
Yeah.
Do you go Warner, who's the impact player, and whether you can get hold of him and keep him? So he had 19 last time and did a great job. But I think because the rest of the midfield was so dominant, Warner didn't get a sniff. I think Gordon is arguably their most influential player because he gets it, overlap runs and kicks it out at V50 and is the best kick inside 50 in the competition.
Comes off wing.
And he can go anywhere. So this is where the moving pieces come. But Heaney's so dynamic in terms of playing midfield and then going forward and hitting the scoreboard. So it's an interesting one for particularly Josh.
Who would he hand him over to? Say he went to Heaney and then he's not going to go down
Bergman.
back. He goes to Bergman,
Bergman's the
great
matchup.
Call. Yeah, great call. Like that. They only had 54 inside 50s when they beat the Giants. So it doesn't take a lot for them to
score.
Well, they stole that. They were thieves.
Well, up until
the
the finals, they were the number 1 scoring team.
Yeah, the other guy that can cause teams a bit of grief is the Lizard. Yeah, correct. So
how do you get that nickname? Does he look like one?
I think probably
the frill neck lizard when he runs.
Yeah,
he runs like the frill neck lizard.
He does too. I like it.
Well, so these are the matchups I've written down, and you beat me to it. Okay. So, do they go McEntee? Do they do him a similar role in terms of being able to bring him back in? Because I think the other ones are more...
Francis Evans appeared to play that role last week.
Yeah, but I reckon Francis Evans... Is he a better goal kicker? Is he more damaging when inside forward?
Though, I thought.
Yeah, but it's only because McEntee's done that job before on Stewart. So maybe he's in that mindset, and it's going to be an instrumental one because...
I think they'll bring him in.
Particularly with Mills not being out, and if he runs off half-back, once again, Tuggers, we saw when Adelaide decided to throw one up at the stoppage and tag Gordon after half-time.
Went off.
Good luck, and he just goes like a cut cat. So
more like a frill neck lizard,
or like a frill neck lizard,
with his hands out like a howdy doody bear.
But I think Port, if they can bring that level of intensity, contest work, and they can, particularly at a centre bounce, get field position, I think they're a chance.
Campo's in. It is Coach's Corner. We have lines available, and every caller that goes to air goes in the running for that grand final.
So we'll get you to air next, 82230000. But before we go to the break, Timmy, we've been asking you for clues all the way through the night so we can learn, all for the Vintec wine cabinet, thanks to Rusden Wines, who your childhood hero is tonight.
Correct. First clue was he did not play for Port Adelaide Football Club, so that sort of eliminated all those heroes. He played over 200 games in the SANFL. But the third clue is he was the first player to play 200 games for the Central District Football Club.
All right, 8223 First caller through gets their chance to do that. Let's check your traffic. Get unique pies, sausage rolls, donuts from your local independent supermarket. Unique. It's time for something better.
At Torrensville, a crash South Road near West Edwardson Road. Felixstowe, another collision there. Paynham Road near Sunbeam Road. Dry Creek truck has lost its trailer north-south motorway near Globe Derby Drive. Speeds at 40. And Glanville, burst water main, Causeway Road near Hart Street. Cameras this afternoon, Kangarilla Road, Clarendon, and Main Road at McLaren Vale. The fantastic clearance sale is on now. Enjoy great savings like $100 off the Medina King single bed. Shop now and find your fantastic. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
David and Will invite you into the studio every morning with 5AA's live video stream of The Breakfast Show. Thanks to Foodland. Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
Need a truck, van, car, ute, hybrid, 12 to 25 seater bus or something else? Budget Car and Truck Rental have you sorted. Plus trolleys, trailers, boxes, furniture covers, tapes, blankets and many other accessories. Whatever the job, Budget is your one-stop shop. With multiple locations across Metro and regional SA, it couldn't be easier. Budget Car and Truck Rental. Get to the good stuff. Call 13 27 27 or visit budget.com.au.
Ever had the feeling you're being watched online? Scammers are always looking for new ways to con you. They're criminals and they're clever. But Australian banks have joined forces in the war against them. Intelligence sharing between banks will identify new types of scams faster. A new payment system to ensure you pay the right person is being rolled out. Unique identity checks will defend against identity theft. And there'll be more double checks when you're paying someone new. Australian banks are working to protect you.
As a South Australian institution looking after SA's hydraulic and pneumatic needs for over 70 years, the BL Shipway team are the best in the business. Now, they work with the best suppliers as well in the business. They are Ryco, Rexroth, Enerpac, Hydac, Allpath, Easy Fit and many more. Now, they've got plenty of stock at the new location. It's at 71 Morfett Road. And the team of experts there are second to none.
The best.
You get in store, jump on the blower, have a chat, no dramas whatsoever. BL Shipway state-of-the-art workshop will take care of your equipment, servicing and repairs. If they can't, they'll send out the old Ryco 24/7 mobile hose repair van your way. The hydraulics in everything these days, so you know, you're going to need BL Shipway somewhere in your life. Now, support a great SA company when you need anything to do with hydraulics. BL Shipway is the place to go. Where are they now? 71 Morfett Road, Camden Park, or blshipway.com.au.
Paint Professionals turned the job around so quickly from the initial quotation straight through to completion.
Now is the perfect time to call Paint Professionals and receive a professional colour consultation valued at up to $250. Yours free if you decide to paint your entire house inside or out, getting ready for sale or giving your home a new lease of life. Make it a great experience. Call Paint Professionals for this limited offer. T's and C's apply. paintprofessionals.com.au.
Jayco's almost summer stock clearance is now on. Prices starting from $24,290 and stock available for immediate delivery. With flexible finance options, now is the time to jump into Jayco. Visit Jayco Adelaide today.
CMAX Clinical Research are calling all healthy adults aged 40 to 60. An exciting opportunity to contribute to medical research and trial a potential vaccine for Alzheimer's disease in Adelaide. Spend one night at CMAX and attend 7 follow-up visits to help pave the future of modern medicine. All eligible participants are paid for their time. If you're in good general health and not taking any medications other than contraception, you may be eligible. Apply today at cmax.com.au.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
Welcome back at 25 after 5. Campo's taking your calls, 8223 0000. So get involved. Every caller to air gets themselves on the standby list for grand final tickets, flights and accommodation. Runs all the way to the end of the week. But right now we're giving you the chance for this Vintech wine cabinet to guess Timmy's childhood hero.
Correct. Gave those clues out. He did not play for Port Adelaide. He played over 200 games in the sample. First player to ever play 200 games for the Central District Football Club. Jim at Salisbury East, I would hope a good northerner like yourself, Jim, would get this right.
I hope so. Sonny Moore is my answer.
Yeah, great call, Jim. Well done, mate. Well done. What a champion. Absolute.
What a role model. What a great man.
Wow.
What a great bloke. We spoke to him a number of times, Sonny.
Absolutely.
Ripper.
Absolute ripper. And those left foot drop kicks.
Oh,
woo,
stop.
Bang. Like a bullet. Well done, Jim. You are getting in,
on the running.
You get a twin pack, Rusden, straight away, and you're in the running for that FinTech wine fridge, which will be full of Rusdens.
Yes.
Full of Rusdens. Hello, Johnny at West Croydon. Here's Campo.
Hello, guys. How you going?
Good, buddy.
Actually, before I ask a few questions, I want to... Rowey, you said something about Sam Day being a ruckman, Gold Coast?
Oh, no, someone sent a text. He was more a forward that could ruck.
Yeah, it was a forward. Matty, I remember Matty Rendell saying he'd be the once-in-a-generational talent.
He did.
Anyway, two questions, but I'll leave the more important one till last. Isaac Cumming, did you mention earlier that he's likely to come to the Crows?
Well, he's said to his club, and GWS on their website have said that he's going to use his free agency. He's a restricted free agent.
Unrestricted.
Unrestricted. That means he can pick his club of choice. It's out of Crows and Port. The mail I get is, and these were my words, I would be amazed if he doesn't rock up at the Crows. John?
My other question is more around, you mentioned previously that there would be some new role created in, I'm assuming, the footy department. Is that, because what I've been listening to SEN, and they talk about a director of coaching. Is that the role, or is there something different that you know about?
I haven't heard that one. I know there was a position applied for, and it was people and culture, and it was an executive position. So I know that's been fulfilled. I don't know why it hasn't been announced. I knew one of the applicants. If you want to know an insight there, John. I don't know why that hasn't been announced. He'll answer to the HR person. I'm not too sure what the role is. My thing that I think they needed was somebody that's a wise old head like a Neil Baum that can either be a paid person as a footy director who can sit on committees and ask the appropriate questions, or if you like, a paid footy director. But I haven't heard they're going down that path. I do know there will be change. I do know they're working hammer and tong for change, and let's hope there is, Campo.
Let's go to Loberthal. G'day, Phil.
Hey, how you going, guys?
Phil.
My concern is about those umpires, especially those ones that did the Port and GWS game. There was a few, at least two cheap 50s that were definitely not 50 metres. The guy, I don't know if you remember the game, but he asked who should I give it to, because the umpire just said give it to whatever, and he went to do it, and it wasn't quick enough, 50 metres. It was just a cheap goal, and it cheapens the game when you give away, when they're very quick to give away 50s. It's finals. You can't be quick to pull that type of trigger. I'm very concerned about some of these umpires wrecking the game with those type of decisions.
It wasn't a great display, I must admit. Campo, I was calling it all night and saying...
They were awful.
I was saying for both sides, there are some really dubious decisions going on here, and probably a little quick with the whistle as well, to Phil's point. So I think they have to... It was excellent in the GWS Sydney game.
That was the best umpired game this year.
And it was probably because it was let go a little bit. And I thought they were a bit heavy-handed the other night.
Yeah, you just hope that the game is not won or lost by one of those
moments.
Well, we've had some
even,
that have.
Even that rule, I'm sitting there going, really? Because the ball doesn't go back that way.
Yeah, I know.
I can understand if they drop it on the ground and don't give it to someone. But I saw, I think it was the GWS game, where the guy was sitting there going, well, who's the free kick is it? And then he couldn't hear what the umpire was saying, and he pinged him for it. So have some sort of
GF at the G, 100,000. I'll tell you what. Well done, Campo. Brilliant as usual.
Well done,
Unique
Campo.
Homestyle Foods brings us you, good old Matty B.
Matty B.
Proudly baking for hundreds of South Australian businesses, large and small. For 35 years, they're hustlers in the baking industry. Visit uniquehomestylefoods.com.au.
We'll stop down for the 5:30 headlines. Back to your calls next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good evening, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. Two boys will stand trial on arson charges after a multi-million-dollar fire at a Stirling shopping centre. The government and the Greens are accusing each other of failing to negotiate in good faith over major housing reforms. The full program for next month's Adelaide Film Festival has been released. And in sport, new import Montrezl Harrell has completed his first training session with the Adelaide 36ers. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Meet Norwood and Glenelg players in Rundle Mall Saturday before they battle in the 2024 Grand Final.
At Prospect, a breakdown, Churchill Road near Regency Road, a left-hand lane blocked there. Torrensville, crash, South Road near West Theberton Road. Felixstowe, residual delays following a crash, Paynham Road near Sunbeam Road, and Glanville, burst water main, Causeway Road near Hart Street. Cameras this afternoon for the drive home, Main South Road, Old Noarlunga and Mount Barker Road at Leewood Gardens. Dan Murphy's don't match prices, they beat them. Carlton mid $3.75 milk cans at 30 block, 3 for $140 for members. Ends Wednesday. Choose to drink wise, T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA forecast, clear tonight down to 7, sunny tomorrow 21. Right now it's 17 degrees. We'll have more news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
I think with Trump you can make a distinct argument that he is a specific threat to democracy, given that he has A, ignored the fact that he lost the election, B, incited a riot about his perceived victory, and C, said that if he loses again, he won't accept the result.
Adelaide's leading breakfast show.
The Trump people are the ones who are the most in love with guns.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Come on in.
We open our doors to people we trust and care about. And for over 85 years, South Australians have been opening their doors to Rest Haven. In turn, we've been opening doors to an easier, better life at home. From personal care to help with the shopping and social outings, you'll welcome the care that Rest Haven brings.
At SA Lounge Suites, we know your lounge says a lot about you, which is why we offer custom-made sofas and dining tables. And we're extremely proud to stock Australian-made furniture. Our Keswick Concept Showroom offers custom-made pieces and is also home to a stunning Molmick gallery featuring sofas that are handmade in Australia. It all means we have something perfect just for you. SA Lounge Suites, located on Anzac Highway, Keswick, and at Jeps Cross Home HQ.
What? Huh? Pardon? What? Campo, see you, mate, Mr. B. Hey, take those donuts with you. You need to bulk up a bit, mate. I love Mr. B.
Yes.
But I love this as well. Hearing loss as we get older. Gee, it's annoying for all involved.
Mm-hmm.
Jody, the kids, family, my work colleagues, because I talk louder. What did you just say? I'm listening. I'm trying to read your lips. But what did you damn well say? I turned the TV up loud and other people now. Stephen,
well, I got good news. Audica has just opened new hearing clinics.
Here we go.
In Glenelg, St Agnes, Golden Grove, and they're continuing their mission to help more people hear better. They got 56 Audica clinics statewide. Now, that's unbelievable. Personalised hearing care is always nearby.
The technology has just gone through the roof. Yeah. So if you're like me, been deaf your whole life, what? Huh? Pardon? There is help. And it's Audica. So if you're over 26, tick that box.
Done.
You can book your free, here's the word, free hearing check today. Call 1300 460 460. That's 1300 460 460. Audica.com.au.
For busy people, you can get almost anything delivered to your front door or workplace nowadays, including a test drive of a new Hyundai from Wayville Hyundai. Change the way you Hyundai at Wayville Hyundai. Run out bonus offers on now.
Imagine a backyard filled with lush green turf. At one end, a set of cricket stumps. Right now, it's just a backyard. But to your kids and their friends, it's an oval, a stadium, and they can be heroes. Kids love a great patch of grass, and you can appreciate yours every day when you lay lawn in your garden from the Turf Farm. The Turf Farm plant it, nurture it, harvest it, deliver it, and importantly, they guarantee it. Trust the Turf Farm. Go to theturffarm.com.au.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
25 minutes to 6 tonight on the show. Jason Gillespie is going to join us very shortly. He is now the new coach of the Pakistan Test team, so lots ahead of him. We'll chat to him very shortly. Supercars driver Matt Payne, and we're taking your calls, 8223 0000. Get involved, because every caller that goes to air is on the standby list for grand final tickets, flights and accommodation.
Absolutely. We'll take your calls now. Let's go to Woodville and talk to Jake about Port's forward line. G'day, Jake.
Rowey, Timmy, how are you, boys?
Good, buddy. Jake. What are you thinking?
Yeah, look, I know we talk about Port's forward line a lot, but just bear with me for a second here. We're going to assume that Charlie Dixon's going to come straight back in, are we, Timmy?
I'm assuming that, yes.
Yeah, so I don't know. From outside looking in, it seems like every time Charlie is in the forward line, the players lower their eyes and they're like, there's Charlie, let's drop it on his head. And there's 15 blokes going after the ball.
Yep.
I feel like we're a much better forward line when George and Willie are leading at the ball carrier.
Yep.
Would you agree there?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so do you think potentially we can, I know we like playing high presses and that sort of thing, but can we pull Charlie up on a high half forward and just get him to declutter that, especially with SCG, with it so round, so small, just for a bit of space? I don't know, what do you guys think?
I actually thought, Jake, that I would probably rotate Ratugolea and Charlie in that role you just spoke about. So they play up the ground, they are the contested mark coming out of defensive area, and they compete up there, allowing those small forwards to do what you just said. So, yeah, I think I'm on your page, Jake. Good call.
This is my team. Ratugolea and Georgiadis, the two tools. Rioli is an absolute lock.
Yeah.
I think they're going to bring in McEntee. There'll be a job for him to do. Butters, Rosie and JHF, they all transfer through there. Normally JHF, but the other two have a crack. And I'm bringing in young Tom.
Anastasopoulos.
I think, yeah, I think...
You're keen on that debut, aren't you?
Yeah, no, I am. Well, Jackson Mead rotates through there as well, so you've got enough half forwards to go through there. I think Francis Evans could be in trouble, but I think Quinton Narkle is definitely in trouble.
All right, we'll see what happens. Well, when would we get those teams? It's a Friday night, so we'll get
Thursday.
them on
Thursday.
Still get them
5:50.
Thursday.
Yep.
Okay.
I want a little bit of spunk in that forward line, and I reckon little Tommy can do that.
All right. Let's go to Mawson Lakes. G'day, Tony.
Timmy G and Rowey, just a couple of things. Job of recruiters is to identify gaps on a list and to recruit according to the gaps.
Yep.
Sports recruiters do that really well.
Mm-hmm.
Anadelaide, I heard you earlier, Rowey, say that Isaac Cumming is coming to Adelaide. My research doesn't say anywhere where he said he's coming to Adelaide Crows, but that he's simply coming to SA. I would wonder why Adelaide, if they've got Hinge, Nankervis, if they've got Will Hamill, and if they've got Oscar Ryan running off that half-back line as already on their list, why would they pursue another player of that ilk when that's not the list need? And equally, why would they be giving pick 25 up, which you said you wouldn't do, and I agree, for Neil Bullen at the age that he's at, when you've got a Pedler, you've got a whole lot of others that can fill that role up forward. It's not the list need. I'm a bit puzzled by this because I just keep coming back to the big-bodied midfielder with speed and an elite kick. That's the need. That's what they've got to be after. The Lukosius you mentioned earlier, Rowey, as a possible, not a probable.
Yep.
Does that mean he's more inclined to take the pay cut and stay where he is, or does that mean that Port Power are more into him?
I think both of them, I think. And look, who's to know till it lands? But Tony, really good point. The needs are quite clear. They need elite players through that midfield. Got Dawson and Rankin. Rankin's a forward. Dawson was a back, but they're both potential All-Australians. Well, one of them 100% is. Well, Rankin was last year, wasn't he? Was Rankin All-Australian? Not this last season, the season before? Was he? Isaac Rankin?
Dawson was and Tex was. I don't think.
Oh, it was only Dawson and Tex. Well,
Rankin might have been in the squad.
But they're what you call A-graders, Tony. No doubt about that. They need A-graders through that midfield. That'd be my first priority. A ruckman would be a second priority. And a half-forward flankers like Neil Bullen, No.
And just in regard to Cumming, so a 4-year offer has reportedly been sent from Adelaide to him, and same for Port Adelaide. So they've both got similar offers on the table. But he hasn't at any stage yet requested a trade to either of the clubs specifically. He just wants to come to South Australia. And Adelaide have been into him longer than Port at this stage.
Well, they have. But it's a little bit, again, like a player becomes available. The real good clubs, and let's pick them, Sydney and Geelong, over the last 15 years, they target people, they work on them 3 years in advance.
Yeah, probably already into them.
Already in it, not when they fall out of a tree. Oh, we'll have a look.
Let's go to Seaton and speak to Lockie. G'day, Lockie.
Hey, boys, how's it going?
Good, buddy. Port Sydney, you going?
Yeah.
Hey, well done.
Good on you.
So assuming Port do beat Sydney this week and make it to the grand final, who would you rather them play, Brisbane or Geelong?
Yeah, Lockie, I know this might sound a bit silly after the week that just was, but I reckon we probably could beat Geelong. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe.
I was thinking the opposite just because of what happened last week, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hang on, Lockie. I'm going to play Can You Feel It? You got to get over Sydney.
no,
Well, hang
no,
on.
no,
Why are you worrying about... Hey, Lockie, why are you worrying about Geelong,
he's right.
dude?
He just said, if hypothetically, which one would you want
There's
to play?
no hypotheticals. Just get over Sydney first, Lockie.
Well, that's 100%.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of that about it.
That deserves a
there's a bit of
squirt.
that about it.
It's Lockie's fault. That deserves
You know what,
a
Lockie, give me a call in this time next week. And if
time next week? All right.
if it has happened, we'll have this discussion
Lockie,
then. How does that sound?
You're putting the cart before the horse, young fella.
That's good pick up, boys. Good pick up, boys. I appreciate that, but we'll go through that conversation. You know what? We'll know by then anyway.
And you
won't we?
fell through that. That's very unlike you, Timmy.
Yeah, and I've been punished accordingly. Morford Vale, let's go to Lauren. Hello, Lauren.
Hello. Hi, how are you? Look, I tried to get on last night but couldn't get through. But look, what really spoiled it for me, because I went to both the previous Port games, and I just thought that Port people would have gone in there worried about the previous week, like me. But however, just to my delight, I could not believe the passion that the boys played with. They played with intent. They, really, you have to say this. They overcame poor umpiring decisions. But it just was, the hunger and the tackling. Oh my God, it was so immense and it was so good to watch. And just the way that they seemed to just lift to that game, against the previous. I just really enjoyed it so much. I just loved watching that. And I've got to just say thank you to the guys. Oh, Jace Burgoyne, oh my God. We watched his father Peter play. I remember him kicking a goal after the siren one year. And
B. Carlton.
Oh, yes, they did. And look, it's just so lovely to see him just absolutely play so well last week. I just loved it.
Great call, Lauren.
Well done,
How
Lauren.
much would
Good
he
passion.
weigh?
Oh, I'd be maybe 72, 73.
If I put my hands together, I'm on the Foodland live stream, and at the top of his shorts, I reckon my fingers would join.
Yeah.
He's got a waist like a...
Yeah, but like I've said to you before, you played with Michael Aish. Michael Aish was very wiry, very
Not
thin,
as
but
thin
he's
as
strong.
that.
Yeah. Well, I watched him today in the 1982 Grand Final. You'd be surprised.
As wiry as...
He might have been similar weight.
Yeah, okay.
He won a medal at 81 at 20.
His game
Michael
was
Aish.
outstanding,
So, yeah,
young fella. I'm that proud of
it's how
him.
you
We
use
spoke
it.
to him that week.
Correct. Yes, we did, actually.
Have you ever ran into one of those little wiry fellas?
Well, yeah.
Can you remember Wayne Tanner?
Oh, very much
Run
so.
into
The
him
rifleman.
at training? Oh, God.
Too many times. He was a bit fiery too, the rifleman. Let's go to Gladstone. G'day, Angela.
G'day, gentlemen. How are you?
Excellent. Thanks for calling
Good.
in. You're in the running, to go to the grand final just for calling.
Yes.
Woohoo,
Angela. Calm power. What I wanted to just chat to you about, or get your thoughts on it actually, the consistent inconsistencies and the gap between the AFL tribunal and the umpire's decision on field. I know we've got 8 umpires on field now, and do you think that's too many? Because we had 2 beautiful tackles from Lockie Jones and Jace Burgoyne at the last match versus Hawthorn. Umpire called them as dangerous tackles, and they resulted in 2 frees and 2 goals. Yet the tribunal, correct me if I'm wrong, no suspensions, and I don't think they got any fines or anything like that either.
No,
yet the
right.
Houston bump didn't result in a free kick, and the tribunal then decided it was worth 5 weeks suspension.
Yeah.
So I'm just interested in your thoughts. Do we have too many umpires? Is it overmanaged? Have we got too many people looking at the game?
Yes.
Yeah. You got lots of yeses there, Angela. The other thing I always think about in that scenario, Angela, is imagine trying to explain to somebody who's never seen our game before, like my Utah relatives that came over during the year, try and explain that game to them and try and explain what's just happened.
You can't.
And you can't.
But getting back to Angela's point, I don't get emotional in port games. Clearly, I'm not and have
not
a
invested.
vested interest. So I'm quite happy that they won because we get another week with them, and I think that's great for the state. And to beat a Melbourne team, I'm all for that. When Lockie Jones, my boy, the Jones boy, tackled Chol, and Chol exaggerated
I thought it was an exceptional tackle.
It was an exceptional tackle. And when the umpire blew the whistle, I assumed it was for
On the
Lockie
ball.
for a great tackle. And then they pointed the other way. I yelled. I roared. And I never do that. Why would I? I couldn't care less.
'Cause you know
But
Lockie.
that was just ridiculous. That was just ridiculous. Hey, here's a can you feel it before we go to the break?
No, you're not doing it. Don't you dare.
No, hang on. I'm giving you one. Is this a dumb comment? Oh, look how Timmy's looking at me.
He's giving me the stare,
telling
like
you.
I can't touch the panel.
Corns used to do that. Whoever wins between Port and Sydney in this prelim, I think will be the eventual. I've said this from day one from that prelim.
You said Sydney or GWS.
I did.
wins the final.
Now Sydney's left. I think the winner of this prelim wins the grand final.
Dear, oh dear. He just does it every time, doesn't he, Timmy?
Why did you play that? The Thunderclouds.
That's exactly what it is. It's 13-6. Let's check your roads.
Breakdown a prospect to look out from the drive home. It's on Churchill Road near Regency Road. Got left-hand lane blocked there heading outbound, so pretty slow. Torrensville crash, South Road near West Theberton Road, and residual delays clearing after that earlier prank at Felixstowe. That's Paynham Road near Sunbeam Road. Camera's Penfold Road, Roslyn Park, and Port Road, Adeldinga. If you love cooking, Meals on Wheels could do with you. Become a volunteer today and help them keep the wheels turning. Visit mealsonwheelsa.org.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Listen in to the 5AA Sports Show every Friday as AFL footy expert Mark Robbo Robinson joins Rowey and Timmy G to talk about the week's big footy stories. Thanks to Barrow Hotels. For the perfect meal, visit the Bergenhead Tavern, Excelsior or Lighthouse Wharf. You just know it's a Barrow Hotel.
G'day everyone, Cornsey here. Now I know a great team and I see one, and the South Australian hydraulic team I rate the highest is BL Shipway. The Shipway team are the best in the business. They've been looking after your hydraulic and pneumatic needs since 1953 with brands like Ryco, Rexroth, Enerpac, Hydac, Oilpath, EasyFit and many more. If you can't get to them, they'll send a Ryco 24/7 van to you anytime, anywhere. blshipway.com.au, a South Australian team you can count on.
Introducing the all-new Volvo electric excavator. It's quiet and has no emissions or exhaust, so it's perfect for confined spaces. The battery has 48 volts and it's got zero tail swing radius, whatever that means. 2.7 tonnes of brilliant bright yellow, but it's green environmentally, but it's yellow, quite literally. Inquire today through Warren Mining for all your electric excavation needs, but also all your construction equipment needs. Because Warren Mining do it all.
Now, don't let the name fool you. Adelaide Direct Station is maybe all Adelaide and very direct, but there's much more than just stationery.
Yep, they're all South Australian owned, operated family business serving the largest businesses for over 25 years.
Now, this iconic SA business is giving your business a chance at winning $5,000 in office supplies. 5,000 smackarollers. That's a lot of post-it notes.
It certainly is. I'm sure you could spend it on more than post-it notes, though. Adelaide Direct Station is SA's largest suppliers of tech products, washroom products, PPE, workplace health and safety equipment, office furniture, food, snacks, beverages. I'll tell you what, there's nothing they can't sell.
Dunny roll.
Done. Sold.
Done. Whatever you need, they have got it. Plus, they offer a same-day 2-hour express delivery. No one can match that.
Correct. Don't wait for your chance to win $5,000 in office supplies. All you got to do is register at AdelaideDirectStationers.com.au. T's and C's apply.
Happy 70th birthday, Volkswagen. Mawson Lakes Volkswagen invites you to get in on the celebrations with a huge birthday sale on new and demo Volkswagens. School birthday savings right across the range. Timing is easy with immediate delivery and easy finance options. And it's easy to keep your Volkswagen running like a dream with convenient next-day servicing. Join the VW Club and test drive today. Happy 70th Volkswagen from Mawson Lakes Volkswagen, just a short drive from the city.
Is your tech causing chaos? You need Gigs to You. Got a constantly crashing computer, weak Wi-Fi, problematic printer? Our fast and friendly gigs are available to come to you. No fix, no fee, gigs guarantee. Gigs to You, part of Officeworks.
SA's own Respirico Healthcare has been supporting South Australians for 20 years. Our goal is to make a positive difference in people's lives. This month, we're proudly opening a new branch in Kilkenny. It will stock helpful devices for sleep, respiratory and assistive technology, with a focus on complex assistive technology needs. Ask about our education sessions and special offers at Shop 4, 10 to 14 Regency Road, Kilkenny. That's how you start making a positive difference. Respirico Healthcare, 6 stores across SA. Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
9 minutes to 6. Matthew Payne from Penrite Racing, Supercars driver not too far away as we build up to the Adelaide 500. And Izzy Batt-Doyle, Olympian of course, and City Bay record holder. We'll speak to her after 6 o'clock.
Absolutely, but before we do that, we have got, well, what was old is new again. He's in town, you beauty. He's one of our favourites, Jason Dizzy Gillespie. Welcome.
Oh, thanks for the intro, Timmy. Good to speak to you guys.
Well, I had a little... it was funny. I think this might be a bit of SPC or something, but I walked into the Adelaide Oval and I sort of kept admiring your statue. Down the other end, Buff's statue. I know I've spoken to you before about this. I laughed to myself because I thought, well... If you talk to Buff, he's knocked him over the stand. If you talk to Dizzy, he's got 3 stumps missing.
That's exactly right. The second one. I think that's the right one.
It's the latter. It's the latter. Hey, mate, first of all, how have you settled into the new gig as Test coach of Pakistan?
Yeah, look, it's been a bit of an eye-opener for sure. Going into that job, I went in eyes wide open for sure. I knew what I was getting into. There's been... I suppose the last few years there's been a lot of change and upheaval and the like, but I've really got a real sense of there's a real desire for consistency and stability within Pakistan cricket, and I firmly believe that. I think if off the field things are consistent and stable, then it gives the team the best chance to be consistent and stable on the field. So we're working towards that. Look, it probably wasn't the ideal start to my Test coaching career, losing to Bangladesh in Pakistan. But we certainly learnt some lessons and areas that we need to really sharpen up on. That there are a lot of areas of improvement, but there are a lot of good things that we did as well. So, look, the glass is certainly half full, boys, which is exciting. But it's certainly a challenge that I'm up for and really looking forward to getting stuck in. So it's great.
When you start a new gig, I reckon I always talk about you get one chance to have fresh eyes. What have you seen so far that's perhaps surprised you or delighted you?
Certainly, I think a lot of people would talk about Pakistan cricket as I suppose the raw talent, and that's certainly what my initial thinking was without actually having been there. But when you actually go there and you spend a bit of time observing the players and seeing how they go about things, that raw talent is there for sure. And I think that there's an appetite for learning. There's an appetite for change. And I think that for myself and Gary Kirsten, who's the white ball coach, for us, that's incredibly exciting. And, just as I said, just really looking forward to getting stuck in. I'm heading over Friday because we've got to start doing some preparations for the Test matches against England in October.
You're a proud parochial Aussie. You bowled your guts out for Australia. You wore that baggy green. Do you? I'm not going to make fun of it, but is it going to be hard preparing another team to beat your beloved Australia?
Oh, well, we'll certainly cross that bridge when we come to it, Rowey. It's certainly something that I thought about when taking on the role. But I think, as with anyone and in any sport, any coach that takes on a role, I mean, you're focused on that team and, helping those players get better and helping that team play well. And look, we see it in, I suppose we've seen it in football circles over many years, basketball circles. You have guys who've played for certain teams, then coach certain teams and go and move to coach other teams. It's not a new phenomenon, I suppose, but I suppose it was just something I did think about, I admit. Playing for your country, is obviously a very proud moment, but I think the opportunity overall, Rowey, to help I think I can help this team and this country improve and get better. And ultimately, I'm a career coach, and that's the challenge that's presented, and I'm relishing that opportunity.
You will too. Sunday, 29th of September, we got one of 3 one-dayers, and then we got some T20s. This is against Pakistan in Australia. That'll be here before we know it, the 29th of September. Before we let you go, Diz, all the best with all of that. World Kangaroo Day Ambassador, that's you.
Yes, mate. Look, I managed to get out and went down to the Southern Koala and Echidna Rescue Centre down in the Onkapringa Hills this morning, and got to spend a bit of time with some young joeys and got to talk to some people who spend a lot of time rescuing animals and the like, and in particular these kangaroos. So, yeah, promoting that. World Kangaroo Day is on October 24, and really it's just about starting the conversation about how we can coexist with, with these beautiful creatures. I was very fortunate, Rowey. You mentioned I played for Australia, and I wore that baggy green cap on my head and had the kangaroo and the emu on it. And, so that's really important to me. Obviously commercial killing of kangaroos. It's the largest land-based slaughter of wildlife in the world. So, there's a SA Parliament had an inquiry, or voted to have an inquiry into the process of the kangaroo culls and that. And I think it's welcomed, and what it does is it just starts a conversation. How can we explore ways to do things better, and can we coexist with these beautiful creatures better as humans? So, I'm fully supportive of World Kangaroo Day, which is October 24th. So it's worldkangarooday.org if anyone wants any information. But look, it's a cause that's very dear to my heart, and hopefully we can, as I said, learn to live with kangaroos and exist side by side.
Mate, you'll do a great job at it. Don't worry about that. World Kangaroo Day, October 24th. And Jason Gillespie, the World Kangaroo Day Ambassador, our guest. Thanks, Dizzy. Good to catch up, mate.
Thanks so much, guys. Great to catch up.
See you, buddy.
It's 2 minutes to 6.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
There is care in simplicity. Our experienced team understand that keeping things simple and easy is the best approach. Visit simplicityfunerals.com.au or call us 24/7 to get started today. Simplicity Funerals. Easy, respectful, simple.
It's lawn laying season. But if the kids have done a runner and your mates are a no-show, you can always count on your DIY buddies at All Equipment Hire. We're here 7 days to help you get that turf down. We've got all the earth-moving equipment and gear you need to make it a breeze. And once it's looking schmick, we can help you maintain it with corers, aerators, mowers, scarifiers and more. allequipmenthire.com.au. Your lawn DIY buddies.
It is 1 to 6. Nobody knows paints like Crowies, and I should know because I was a Crowey painter. One of real note.
Yeah.
Exceptional.
Did they take your name or did you take their name?
I don't think they want to be linked to me.
You're a master painter.
It doesn't matter. What your painting was starting, they can help. And they like to ask questions. What are you doing? What are you painting? Does it need to be undercoated? What primer do you need? Do you need it? Do you need an undercoat? Are you painting, I don't know, render, wallpaper, coating a boat, metal, tile, steel, all the questions. And then when they get all of that, they go, right, buy this, and you'll do it once.
Yeah.
Do it great, do it once with the best premium priced paint in town. Remember, Crowey's only sell premium quality.
Tomorrow, 21. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Mel Usher.
The Excelsior Hotel has always felt like home, with meals from just $12. Gotta love the Excelsior Hotel.
2 boys will stand trial on arson charges after a multi-million-dollar fire at a Stirling shopping centre. The blaze last October caused around $25 million damage to the Stirling Woolworths and surrounding stores. The teenagers from Bridgewater and Heathfield will face court in December. Approximately 8 witnesses will be called to give evidence, including an off-duty police officer, along with CCTV and data collected from the boys' phones. From Thursday, fines will start being issued to drivers caught by fixed mobile phone detection cameras across Adelaide. Over the past 3 months, only warning letters have been sent out, with 3 people receiving 19 separate letters each. Police Commissioner Grant Stevens expects more of the cameras will soon be rolled out.
They are an expensive resource. There's quite a bit of back office work with these cameras as well. It's not simply just an automated process where the photo's taken and it generates an expiation notice. That has to be physically reviewed by a trained SAPOL employee. But I think as the technology improves, and I don't think it's too far away before we'll see mobile phone detection cameras that are portable.
A magistrate has warned Andrew O'Keefe he's lucky to be alive while revoking his bail. The 52-year-old has been charged with breaching bail and drug possession just days after he was revived following an overdose. He'll remain behind bars with the case to return to court next month. The government and the Greens are no closer to a deal on major housing reforms after a second day of debate in Parliament. Zach De Silva has more from Canberra.
Labor's Help to Buy scheme appears increasingly unlikely to pass the Senate, with the Greens accusing the government of refusing to negotiate. The minor party has teamed up with the coalition to block a vote on the proposal, which would see the Commonwealth give some first home buyers a financial leg up. Greens leader Adam Bandt says the government needs to be more ambitious. I
hope the Prime Minister stops bulldozing and starts negotiating.
But Anthony Albanese says the minor party is just playing politics.
It's just immaturity and spite.
The coalition also opposes the bill, saying it's the wrong approach to boost home ownership.
A 2-week hearing has commenced looking at the implosion that killed 5 people visiting the wreck of the Titanic in a submersible last year. The Ocean Gate sub made headlines around the world after it lost contact with people on the ground. Former contractor Tim Caddison believes the glue used on the sub failed, but those on board wouldn't have suffered.
So this had to happen extraordinarily fast, which means the people in there had no idea this was coming. I just want to make sure that you let the public know that nobody was suffering in there. They were probably they were all waiting to see the Titanic when this happened. That would be it.
One of the biggest songs of 2023 is now the subject of a lawsuit. Miley Cyrus is being sued for copyright infringement over the song Flowers. It claims there are too many musical similarities between that song and one by Bruno Mars called When I Was Your Man. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
For top brand, tailor-fitted men's suits and casual wear, see Ignition for Men, 54 Paynham Road, Stepney.
Port Adelaide has cleared Charlie Dixon and Ryan Burton to face Sydney on Friday night, but defender Kane Farrell has been ruled out of the prelim final. Esava Ratugolea has told Rowey and Timmy G last week's win was a real confidence boost.
We were just so proud of ourselves and proud of each other, of the effort that we put in the last quarter, throughout the whole game really. You know, we worked on a lot of things during the week and it came out on game day.
GWS defender Isaac Cumming will leave the club as an unrestricted free agent. The 26-year-old is keen to come to SA. Well, the Adelaide 36ers welcomed their new import to training today. Montrezl Harrell moving from the NBA to NBL.
It's still going to take some learning. I still got to do a couple of things to understand that terminology. But for the most part, it's a good first day, man. You can ask for nothing no better.
Now checking 5AA traffic.
Meet Norwood and Glenelg players in Rundle Mall Saturday before they battle in the 2024 Grand Final.
At Prospect to breakdown, Churchill Road near Regency Road with the left-hand lane blocked. Really heavy delays there. Ashford motorbike v pushbike, Anzac Highway South Road. Another collision causing delays. This one's at Vale Park, North East Road near Ascot Avenue. And got a camera at the Savo, Quinlivan Road at Aldinga. Dan Murphy's don't match prices. They beat them. Heineken Lager 330ml bottles 24 case, 3 for $145 for members. Ends Wednesday. Choose to drink wise. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA weather.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Down to 7 overnight, sunny tomorrow, 21. Thursday, a shower or two, 16. Friday, more showers, 16. Right now, it's 16 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
Thank you, I'm Brenton Raglis. Tonight, drivers caught by the new mobile phone detection cameras will be slapped with fines from midnight tomorrow night. Pregnant women and infants will soon be vaccinated for free against RSV. Plus, Port has ruled out defender Kane Farrell ahead of the prelim final. And don't worry, you haven't missed the news. Start over on 9 Now as soon as you're home.
When you go solar with Solar Heart, you'll join the smart Aussies lowering their energy bills with every sunrise. And right now, you can save up to $1,000 on Solar Heart solar power systems, including our revolutionary new Silhouette bifacial panels with a Solar Heart 30-year Australian warranty. To save up to $1,000 today and reduce your energy bills for years to come, get smart. Get Solar Heart. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello, Cherry.
I'm listening.
At Southern Cherry, the Dreams Open Demo Sale is on now.
Tell me more.
Of course. Now is the perfect time to save thousands on top quality Cherry demo models. It's the Dreams Open Demo Sale. Luxury has never been more affordable. Learn more at Southern Cherry Morford Vale.
Terms and conditions apply.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
Yes, 7 minutes after 6 on this Tuesday night. I know, usually it's Ned McHenry hour. He's not here, he's overseas, and he will be missing for another week, but hopefully he'll be back on 5AA with a fishing show from 6:30 very, very soon. Of course, Matthew Payne's still to come on the show tonight, Supercars driver for the Velo Adelaide 500 is not too far away, but right now, let's wind ourselves back to Sunday.
Well, no, he will. Joining us, two-time Olympian Izzy Batt-Doyle was the first woman to cross the line in the City to Bay 12-kilometre race. It was a course record. She joins us now. Izzy, welcome back home.
Thank you so much. Great to be on.
Let's get to the City to Bay, but I want to talk about Paris first. How was it for you?
Oh, it was an amazing experience. Having gone to Tokyo where there was no crowds, no family support, nothing like that, and then having Paris with a full stadium of people, 80,000 people and my family and friends watching on, it was just an incredible experience.
How good was that? How'd you go on the 5,000?
Well, I missed the final by one position, so I was pretty disappointed at the time to miss out on such a small margin, but I upped my ranking. I placed 18th in the world, and I was really proud to be there, having already qualified in the marathon, not being selected, and then having to go back to make the track team. Just to be there was a huge achievement.
Yeah. Hey, Izzy, how hot were the conditions over there? I saw a lot of the events that were outside, like triathlons and the like, and it looked like it was pretty difficult.
Yeah, it was really hot, but to be honest, it was Tokyo because it didn't have the same humidity.
Right.
So it was pretty hot. It was about 30 degrees when I raced and 6 o'clock in the evening, so probably the hottest conditions you could get of the day. That humidity factor, it wasn't quite as bad.
Okay, no worries. And you didn't go for a swim in the river centre? No, you weren't that silly?
No, I definitely avoided that.
God, that
did not look fun.
That did not look good at all, did it? But I think you're right. We've spoken to a few other Olympians, and they've all said just to have that atmosphere back, after Tokyo and struggling through the pandemic and the like, have that atmosphere back, like you said, family and friends as well as a packed stadium, must have been so much better.
Oh, it was so much better. And Tokyo was my first time representing Australia on the world stage at an Olympic Games or World Championships level. So I didn't really know what to expect. I hadn't really had a normal experience. So to finally get that in Paris, it was really amazing, and to figure out what the Olympics was really all about.
Now, is marathon your number one focus now, Izzy?
Actually, yes, it is. I'm training for a marathon in Spain, in Valencia in December.
Yep.
So, yeah, getting back to my big Ks and looking forward to having another crack at a fast time. But to be honest, I actually love running on the track again this season, and it was really fun and exciting to run personal bests and some new state records in some of the shorter events. So I think I'll keep my, to keep doing both of them while I can.
Yeah, well, of course, records, city to bay. Not that I'm surprised. You've been running it since you were 8.
Yes, I have. It was my 21st celebration of the event, I guess.
and that's a remarkable time.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I was very happy with it.
37:43. Is that your PB?
Actually, it was 37:23. 43 was Jess.
Oh, well, I've got down here. That's Jess Stentz. I got down here 30. Well, I'm glad you knew, Izzy. How good's that? You smoked them by 20 seconds.
Oh, no, it was a good day and really strong competition, having Jess Stentz in the field and another 4-time Olympian, Jen Gregson. So to get the win was amazing, and to get the course record by over 30 seconds, couldn't have been happier.
I ran that once in a Westpac helicopter suit, Izzy.
Oh,
Did you really? That would have been very uncomfortable.
And I was going to say, Izzy, it is an event that does bring out all sorts of runners, and anybody can compete and the like, but were there some interesting outfits and the like? Because I know I was involved with a charity, and we used to get the actual Woodside Barracks Army team used to run with a full pack. And they,
oh, wow.
Yeah, like as part of training, and that was an incredible sight to see those guys working with a full pack coming down to the finish line. It was amazing. So
look, it's an amazing event, having people being able to run, walk, run with their kids, walk with colleagues, dress up in different costumes and complete the distance. It's just amazing seeing the different variety of costumes out there and the abilities on the road.
Well, Izzy, we are so looking forward to your development in the marathon. I think there is some greatness ahead for you with that. Keep training hard. Thanks for your time. Well done on the City Bay, giving back to the community. It's brilliant, and good to have you home, Iz.
Thanks so much. See you there next year.
Yeah, we'll do.
Good on you, Izzy. Congratulations.
Not in a helicopter outfit. I got bad chafe. They made me wear red stockings.
Yeah, I don't think that was your outfit.
It wasn't a good look.
Look, it was nice to promote. That's nice to promote, but
I had to make that noise all the way along.
I prefer you just to wear a sandwich board down
God,
the seashore.
Before
That'd
the beans
be
had
great.
all sorts of problems.
Right.
Hello, Andrew.
G'day, guys. How you going?
Good, Andrew.
Listen, guys, there's been a lot of controversy about the Friday night game with Mr. Hinckley and Port Adelaide, but there's some breaking news coming out of GWS. I don't know whether you're aware of it.
No. What is it?
Apparently the RSPCA is investigating all the players who played that night, and they've banned them from actually owning a dog in the future because they can't contain a lead.
Oh, that is boom boom. Andy, I could see that gag coming a mile away.
Yeah, but I liked it, Andy. Well played. You delivered it well.
Are you a good Father's Day joker, Andrew? You like dad jokes?
I do dad jokes 365 days a year, waking hours.
Oh, God. That's
language. It's first language.
Hey, grandkids, you've got to keep up with them.
Yeah, well played, mate.
Does that get a voucher?
Oh, mate, that was gold.
Nah, $50 voucher.
Well done,
All yours, Andrew.
Well done, Andy. Hello there, Rick and Lycatoggio.
G'day, Lycatoggio. Back to you, brother.
Yeah, did you?
How you going?
Excellent,
Did you have a little snickle, giggle at Andrew's gag?
I was just going to say I'm going to try and forget that.
You can see it coming.
That's brutal, audience. Brutal.
There's enough reminders about different things about being dad jokes and all that, So
good call.
Anyone we can avoid, well, that's a bonus, I reckon.
So be it. Beautiful,
yeah,
mate.
so
what do you got for us, Rick?
The game the other night, Lions and the Giants.
Yes.
Like when my team ain't playing, I always go the underdog of the other. I don't care who's playing. I love watching footy.
Yep.
And so, you know, it looked like the Giants couldn't be stopped. And to Brisbane, to their credit, you know, they come out of nowhere, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and
They did, Rick.
That's the thing about them. They've shown some real grit at times, haven't they, to be able to get themselves out of trouble.
Yeah.
I mean, the prelim last year, Carlton had them on toes.
They did.
5 to zip and all the rest of it, and then
30 points down.
They were pulling away at the end. So, they're still up there, Rick.
Here's
still
a good
chance.
text. Just a question. Stephen,
Oh, right.
you absolutely bagged Eddie Jones for leaving Australia to coach Japan. What's the difference here with Dizzy? Well, there's a lot of differences. Dizzy didn't say he wasn't doing it, or he hasn't spoken. He finished his, what would you call, tenure, and then an opportunity come and he walked through that door. Eddie was courting himself to Japan while he's coaching the Wallabies in a bloody World Cup, you clown. There's a big difference.
He wasn't there for very long either. And denied the
And
whole way along.
denied.
6:15. We're going to speak Supercars next with Matt Payne, who joins us in studio.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
5AA is inviting you into the studio every afternoon. Head to the 5AA live stream. Thanks to Foodland. Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
Treat your family and friends to something a little fancy from FIVEAA, your family liquor stores. Spring means fresh, vibrant flavours, and if you're partial to a white wine or two, try our selection of SA-made Pinot Grigio and Pinot Gris. Let the sun shine in and enjoy a margarita with quality tequila, or lighten up with an Aperol or Campari spritz. There are new beers to try too, with craft IPAs, Pilsners and Kolsch-style brews. FIVEAA, your local independent SA family liquor store for over 45 years.
At Coles, celebrate footy finals with great value on matchday snacks and drinks, like half-price Gatorade sports drinks, 600ml varieties, now just $2 each. Get great value hands down these footy finals at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
At Movability Australia, we have your lifestyle and mobility needs covered. From Australian-made and imported adjustable beds, lift and recline chairs, mobility scooters, walkers and wheelchairs, plus a full range of mobility aids. Movability Australia have a range of quality products and will help you find the right lifestyle and mobility solution to help increase your quality of life. And we offer free delivery anywhere in South Australia. With over 13 years' experience, come and see the friendly staff at Movability Australia, Crittenden Road, Findon.
Tuning in, this is a winning season update for the Monopoly game app Macca's. Peel, scan and play today. That's how everyone is playing for the 1 in 4 chance to win. Now, who can blame them? There's $753 million in prizes up for grabs.
That's
Can you believe that? That's huge.
1 in 4. You're a 1 in 4 chance. Unbelievable. That includes 3 Isuzu MUX SUVs. They're great cars.
Like that.
TCL Home Entertainment Package. Who wouldn't want that?
Like that.
10 grand's worth of Amazon.com.au gift cards.
Like
God,
that.
you can buy anything with that.
Yeah.
I like this one. Macca's for a year.
Oh, howdy doody. Download the My Macca's app to play today. More updates to come. Ends October 22. For full terms and conditions, visit mcdonalds.com.au.
I'm the edge of the city without going in. I'm meeting with friends for a sneaky gin. I'm the home of croissants and a sweet treat. I'm a bit of shopping for men to look neat. I'm the doctors, dentists, the community library. I'm a slow breakfast with all my mates. I'm dinner with tapas and shared plates. I'm your errands list ticked off with a smile. I'm a leisurely stroll down a wide leafy street. I'm your corner of the city. I am Hutt Street.
You need extra space. You need it now, but how? Lots to think about with a home reno. How long will it take? Will it be worth it? Oh, and how are you going to pay for it all? That's where Aussie comes in. Unlocking the equity in your home can be a good place to start. A little know-how can help with your reno-how. Chat with your local Aussie broker. Our help's always free and 30 minutes could make all the difference. Visit aussie.com.au to book a time or find out more. Chat to us at Aussie today. Australian Credit Licence 246786.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 19 minutes after 6.
Well, it's only 2 months until the FIVEAA Adelaide 500, November 14 to 17, celebrating 25 years, Timmy. Where has that gone?
Too quick.
Unreal. I feel very old. Well, we're blessed because we got last year's 500 champion, Matthew Payne, in here for Penrite Racing. Matty, welcome.
Hello, how are you guys?
Good on you.
We're all right.
Now, I read your profile. You don't have a nickname, so I didn't know where to call you. Matty, Matt, Paney, MP.
There's a lot of Matty, Paney. Yeah. I don't know. Like, there's a whole heap of different things going on.
There's got to be something else.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's
Kiwi,
actually in the team. I'm actually called Clifford because, like, I'm really tall, big. You know the red dog?
Yeah, the big red dog.
Yeah. They see that in me for some reason. It's kind of really random.
That's not a bad thing.
It's kind of funny though. Like it's not the worst nickname you could have.
Kelpie, I'll give you Kelpie there.
Yeah. Kelpie.
Hey, do you feel any pressure? You're the next big thing coming out of New Zealand, no question. After Scotty McLaughlin and Shane Van Gisbergen.
Look, like I think there is always going to be that because coming from New Zealand is quite a small country. There's not as many people as Australia, so it's pretty fortunate to have the opportunity I've got. But also, like, as much as I want to be as successful as those past drivers, I also want to create my own name for myself.
Run your own race.
Yeah, and be like the guy someone's talking about in 15 years. That Matt Payne guy, he was fast, or whatever.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'd like. Some people
that
to
red
say.
Dog was a ripper.
Yeah. It might even be that.
Hey, Kelpie, roof.
How did he fit in the car?
Yeah, it might catch on like that.
Hey, I was looking at your background there, multiple karting champion and the like. Is that a sort of normal pathway in NZ?
Yeah, it's always. I started when I was 5, so it's very, very young. It's great that the sport is so accessible at a young age, but it's probably a little bit more expensive than your football and your soccer and things like that. So it's you have to be very dedicated from the get-go, and karting is where you learn all your basics for your racecraft and things like that.
And at 18, I looked. You were third to Shane or SVG in the New Zealand Grand Prix. So at such a young age, you're already showing great signs.
Yeah, that was actually my first proper car race I did. In the Toyota Racing Series. So it was pretty cool to have Shane and Andre was there, I think, as well. So it's cool to have those guys come in and sort of stack up against them. And yeah, it's great.
What are the drivers like? Guys. When a young guy comes in, are they pretty helpful? Have they got their own focus?
Well, that was a big sigh.
Yeah, like it's some people welcome it and they kind of they enjoy having the young guys around, and then some people I think are a bit standoffish and might rough you up a bit before you if you're in there for a couple of years before they might like you.
What about your Penrite mate Richie?
Richie's been really good this year, obviously a fellow Kiwi, it's pretty cool to have 2 Kiwi drivers in the same team, especially when we had the New Zealand round in Taupo this year. It was awesome going there. We had heaps of fans. There's nothing like I've experienced before, so it was really cool. And Richie's sadly he's not going to be my teammate next year, but I wish him all the best in the future. It's been great to get to know him and everything, and he's a really, really cool guy. I really enjoy hanging out with him.
When you say rough up a rookie, what do you mean? Spin into the wall?
Yeah, just
give you warm beer out the back.
Yeah, it can even be like saying just the odd comments every now and then, like on the grid, and then
you're like the apprentice.
Like someone's always handing out a bit of stick to the young guy at the workshop.
So you're not going to get a wedgie all of a sudden, or anything?
Nah, it's probably not. You might get tapped up the bum or something like that a bit more. Yeah, it's probably something like that.
Yeah, having that experience in the race.
In the race,
tap up the bum.
Having that experience, and you become a senior driver. Will you change that?
I think Good so question. Because you can say you think so, but everyone on the grid now has pretty much been through that young driver period, right? So I don't know whether it's just people's personalities where it's different, or I feel like I would probably be a bit more welcoming to the younger drivers because it's a very important part of our sport. I think it's always been great to have the future talent come through really early. It's sort of how I did it. So yeah, I think I'd be pretty welcoming.
Now I know you're still young, but I was just wondering about the recovery process after races, and I was thinking, you've got the Bathurst 1000 coming up, and I was sort of thinking, compare that, say, to a Gold Coast or an Adelaide event. What recovery process happens now, and do you need more after a Bathurst?
Yeah, Bathurst is a long weekend in general. Like I'll drive up there on Monday, and it starts from Tuesday onwards, your appearances. So it's basically almost a whole week. And the race is long as well, even though, doing it with Garth's going to be really cool, but, we still do a lot of driving. So it's important, you always rest afterwards. Even if it's really hot, we'll be having ice baths and things like that after the sessions and that. But you can lose a lot of weight while you're driving. So it's important, you stay hydrated, rehydrate yourself. And yeah, it's one of those key things, right? You're always drinking water to feel better.
Matty Payne, our guest, Penrite Racing in the Ford Mustang GT. You appear to me to love the Enduros.
Yeah, I really do, and love the Enduro. The driver pairing sort of combination is really cool. Like it encapsulates a bit more teamwork in the driver side of things, and it's really cool doing it with Garth, who's someone who's been around for a long time.
Well, that's in 22 days, Bathurst. 22 days and 12 hours and counting, young Matty. Tell us about Garth Tanner. We love him. He's a real rooster, that bloke.
Yeah, he's awesome. I've been working with him almost 2 years now. He joined the team last year. Unfortunately, he didn't want to pick co-driving with me last year. He wanted to choose Reynolds over me, so that was okay. But he made it up to me this year.
That's part of that rookie thing.
Yeah, exactly right. It probably is, but it's been awesome to work with him this year. He's been really good in the lead up to Sandown, the race we had just last weekend, and he's super knowledgeable. Like, he's been around for a long time, and he's very technical in what he does. So it's great to learn off him and sort of help develop myself as well as a driver.
You're the reigning champ in the Adelaide FIVEAA 500. What was it about Adelaide that you liked so much, and the fact that you could go fast and win it?
Well, thing is, we had a really good car that weekend. It was fast, but yeah, we were quick all weekend from the moment we rolled out of the truck. I remember it was wet on the first practice on Friday, and even then we were fast. So it just had a lot of confidence throughout the weekend, and especially when we got to Sunday. Like, I made a mistake on Saturday in the race, and unfortunately we went down a couple of laps with some damage, but I even knew if I could just get to the front on Sunday, like, I was going to have a good shot at getting the win, and I really wanted to get a podium because I hadn't had one the whole rookie season. So I was really gunning for it, and it was great to be able to come out with the win. That was the best outcome we could have had, and it was just overall like an awesome weekend from the moment we flew in. So
November 14 to 17 this year. Got some great acts on too.
Crowded House
on Saturday.
Cold Chisel.
Just got to get Jimmy right. We'll be 100% on that one. He'll be all right. Oh, Jimmy Barnes. He went back in again, and a little bit of a scare, but he'll be right.
He needs to get some Ned whiskey in
there.
That'll get him going.
That'll get him going.
Absolutely, it'll be fine.
It's an impressive trophy, the FIVEAA Adelaide 500, isn't it?
It's awesome. It's cool.
You've brought it in. Thank you very much. We'll have a photo with you, no doubt. But it is an impressive trophy to get up on that podium with that.
Yeah, if you just look on the back, there's a lot of names. You've got your Craig Lowndes, your Mark Scaife, Ambrose, Wingcup. I don't know. I can't even count how many times he's won that. But Van Gisbergen and McLaughlin, they're all there.
So is it good to have your name there, mate?
Yeah, it's pretty surreal to have them all next to those guys. It makes you realise, you're
in it.
You must be doing something right if you're on that trophy. So
fantastic.
Well, it's 2 months to go, Matty. We can't wait to see you when you get here. Defending champs. We like back-to-backs, don't we?
Oh yeah, it's the town's been known for it.
The town's been known for back-to-back champions. Penrite Racing, Ford Mustang GT. Matty Payne, our guest. Thanks, mate.
Thanks very much, guys.
Now you can still get tickets. They are selling grandstand tickets available. The great value about this is family. Is there's something for the family, and especially at night when you got Crowded House Saturday night and Cold Chisel Sunday.
I've got a few Crowded House songs on my playlist.
You have as well.
Yeah, I might
go on, rip one out, Red Dog.
Nah, I think that I might break the microphone.
Weren't they New Zealanders?
Yeah, I think they are.
There you go.
That's why I have them on there.
Neil Finn, the legend.
Finny.
I'm a bit biased on that, I think.
The Finn brothers.
You're in good company there, but even some of the backup bands, you'd know Ocean Alley, wouldn't you?
Oh, right up my alley.
Yeah. They did a great cover of Baby Come Back.
Did they?
On Triple J. It was awesome. Yeah, so I'm
7
right
support categories, 2 months to go. Get your tickets. The Velo 500. Matty Payne, our guest.
28 after 6. Campo next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. David Penberthy and Will Goodings, 5AA Breakfast.
Police Commissioner